Monday, everyone. Holy shit, we are here for our Royal Rumble 2023 hangover. What's going on? Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes kicking off the show, apparently. We also have Rhea Ripley going to decide whoever she's going to challenge for the championship at WrestleMania, which I believe it will be Bianca Belair. And Gargano's set for a match, and they did a little bit of a Raw preview. Does not look like, at least right now, that we're going to get any Bloodline or Roman or Sami. I kind of thought maybe Sami and Owens would be off the show tonight selling the injuries from the Royal Rumble, and perhaps we'd have Roman Reigns and the Bloodline come out to open the show, and we could get that Cody and Roman face-off early, just get that right away before Roman goes on to probably face Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber. But it doesn't look like the Bloodline are even advertised tonight unless I have missed something. So you guys let me know. It's been a busy day. Raw comes on at 5 p.m. here on the West Coast, so I got a very late start of my day, and I was running errands and doing shit around the house all the way up until 5 minutes ago, until I decided I better flip the camera on and get up here to talk about Raw and watch it with you guys and just to give some content to the channel, because I didn't really feel like doing a review tonight. I thought a watch-along would be much more fun, and we will be up here on Wednesday as well watching Dynamite. So we ain't slowing down here on the channel. I think tomorrow will be an off day. Yesterday was an off day. We didn't do a classic watch-along last night because of the two big football games. And plus, I was exhausted, man. We streamed for almost 6 hours on Saturday during the Royal Rumble, so I needed a break. But we're going to be back this Sunday with a double-header watch-along, members only during the day, and then one for the public at night. So Sunday will be a nice, big old fat double-header in between the final day of the playoffs and Super Bowl. So that's what's coming up this Sunday. Tulsa, Oklahoma is where Raw is. The Eradicator, that's what we're calling her now? Okay. Ripley's decision. It's got to be Bianca. Cody Rhodes will kick the show off. Cody did, I don't know if you saw, I think he put it on Instagram, he did post a photo of the Winged Eagle title, which you know on this channel we love. I got a fake one right over my head there, but then of course we got the real daddy, the real Mac Daddy on the wall there that we love. We are big Winged Eagle fans on this channel. You guys know it. I named my podcast after that belt. So I really hope Cody brings that back. Even just for one day, just to wear it, it would look so fucking amazing. He brought the classic IC back, right? Granted with the white strap, he still did it. So why not bring back the Winged Eagle? Can you guys hear me and shit? We're all good, right? I think if you couldn't hear me, you'd have told me by now. Yeah, there we go. We're good. All right, Chicago Fire is wrapping up. I used to know Sophia Bush pretty well. Is she still on the show? She used to live in Wilmington when she was on One Tree Hill. I used to see her all the time. Oh, there we go. Chicago Fire's wrapping up. Okay. Let me give my stream a refresh here just so I am not too far behind the rest of you guys when it comes to watch. Oh, now it's going to put me on CBS News. Great. Thank you for changing the channel on me. All right, USA Network. Where you at? USA. Here we go. All right, Raw is kicking off, I guess. It's 1 minute past the hour. And they're giving us our then, now, forever nonsense. I'll get back over here to the stream, the chat. I'll be doing some hellos in just a second. Good to see everybody, all my friends in here. Thumbs up button would be nice. Make sure you subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll knock out the super chat and say hello to channel members and all that stuff in just 1 minute. Let's see what Cody's saying. All right, this is just the Cody video package again. Okay. Pretty cool that Cody brought Ricky Starks with him to the Royal Rumble. They're bros. A lot of fans read way more into that than they needed to, but of course, it's always interesting when you have other talent backstage, but this happens a lot. It's kind of always, even when WWE and WCW were at the height of their war, you'd have some guests backstage at house shows every now and then. It happened all the time. It's not that rare. I mean, Britt Baker was on NXT that time, you know, when they showed her. It's not a huge deal. And there goes Cody. They're showing Cody highlighting him winning the Rumble. It was down to him and Gunther. Wasn't a fan of the elimination. I thought it was kind of a weak. I mean, Gunther wrestled for 70 minutes, so I feel like a dick criticizing him. But I feel like he could have taken a better bump over the top rope. Nice crossroads there. And Rhodes is the winner. You can see that scar, his incision from the surgery there, and how red he was on that side. Or I guess it would have been, yeah, this side of his body. Holy shit. All right, I want to say hi to the channel members, Michael Cuomo, Red Raven Rucker, Chaz Medeiros, Ian Dunn, the Juliet, William, Deshaun Robinson. We've got K-Dog's Kennel, Nick Musser in the house. The Juliet, I think I got you already. Zach Goler, appreciate the $2. Will Cody Rhodes and racism with his promo. I think he already did that. I was kind of offended that the Philadelphia Eagles last night in their game against the 49ers kind of stole Cody's thunder by putting end racism in the end zone when Cody already did it. Cody. Well, you know what? It's good to see Cody back on TV. We haven't seen him on Raw since the week before Hell in a Cell, right? Countdown to Cody, all that stuff. It's kind of surreal that he's back already. It does feel like just yesterday we were watching him wrestle injured and we were talking about his return in 2023 and what that's going to be like. And here we are. Here comes, out in the suit. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to book things up until Mania. Because you don't want the fans to turn on Cody because of Sami Zayn. And that's why I think they got something big planned for Elimination Chamber. It's probably going to be Sami, Roman. Jay will finally turn on Sami, reunite with Roman. Sami will lose. And then it's Sami and Owens going into Mania to take on the Usos for the tag belts, which they will win. And that's all fine and good. I think Cody's got to be the one to beat Roman. Yes, if he is not, then I honestly just don't know who it's going to be. But you never know what's going to happen, and that's why it's still technically January for another day. And I don't know if I'm completely sold on it. I just think he'd be the perfect guy. The Rhodes legacy, the name, Triple H getting very emotional in the press conference after Royal Rumble, talking about Cody. Feels like Triple H is on the Cody bandwagon. Triple H feels a lot about Dusty the same way I do, and Triple H knew Dusty so well, and feels like Cody should be the guy. That's why he signed. That's why he left AEW to come to WWE, because he felt like he could be a star here more than in AEW. And so far, he's proven everybody right. We'll see. We will see what Cody has to say. I like Cody. Even the tattoo. Oh, look at those little Cody Rhodes outfits. Did you see those? Even the tattoo doesn't bother me so much. I mean, it was ridiculous when he got it. I still can't believe he did it. But I don't know. I'm kind of getting used to it. Max Pokebrush, sorry you can't be here. Retail managerial duties. Just fire everybody, close early, and stay. That's what I'd do. You deserve it. You do deserve it, Cody. Oh, he's already emotional. Cody's going to be the next Ric Flair when it comes to these tearful promos. Let's just hope Cody doesn't turn into an asshole when he's 75 years old. Let's hope Cody isn't having Cody's last match when he's 104.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about? I would say let's talk about AEW. What do you think is going to happen on Dynamite on Wednesday?
Every week there's someone new watching this show, so I'll go ahead and say it. I am not the same person I was when I started this journey over 15 years ago on this very show.
No shit.
I thought a lot, though, about 19-year-old me, first day on the job, pulling up to this
Cody was so young.
Ohio Valley Wrestling. There's a sign on the
I remember when he showed up on TV. I want to say it was like Great American Bash. Didn't Dusty had a match, right? Didn't like Dusty have a match against Randy Orton or something?
my beater Volkswagen Jetta.
And I remember when Cody got in the ring, and I was like, that's Dusty's kid. And I'm like, you could tell. I'm like, he looks like he could be a wrestler.
I'm going to be WWE champion within inside of 2 years. Hey, I was ambitious, albeit a little bit delusional, because I also thought I'm going to be the next John Cena.
You thought he was going to be champion within 2 years? What are you, The Rock?
All right, so if I could go back, if I could talk to 19-year-old me, if I could write him a letter, what would I say? What would it say? Would I tell him? I don't think it's going to go down like that, Chief. Would I tell him that one night in London you're going to get slapped so hard on live TV that your knees buckle? Would I tell him that you're going to be
Dashing Cody Rhodes. I miss dashing.
Would I tell him that you're going to win the Intercontinental Championship
Energy.
and restore it to its former retro glory? Would I tell him that you're going to paint your face and become less than? That triumph will become tragedy, will become triumph all over again. Would I tell him the woman on the outside of the ring who has been saying everyone's names all night, that ends up becoming your wife? Would I tell him that you're going to lose a 295-pound best friend, but you're going to gain a 6-pound one back who has his same eyes? Would I
Who's he talking about? Some of,
be on fire at one point?
is he talking about Brody Lee?
All over the world. Would I tell him in 2015
Cody had his baby after Brody died, right?
an excursion, and part of that excursion is fully focusing on the industry's health, and I ended up neglecting my own? Would I tell him that on January 28th, 2000,
Unless he's talking about his dad.
you outlasted 29 others?
Unless he's talking about his dad passing away, which could be.
You punched a ticket, the very first in your family to punch this ticket to go on last under the brightest lights on the
Yeah, that is true. No Rhodes has ever done what Cody is about to do. That's kind of cool. Sure, his dad main evented some Starcades here or there, but no Manias. Outlasted 5 guys.
Guys, truth be told, I wouldn't tell him a single thing. I wouldn't tell him.
Having Cody come in at number 30 was an odd choice for a number for him.
Every splinter on this upwards ladder has been unequivocally 100% worth it.
All right, Cody, don't get too deep in these promos here. You don't want to lose the people.
I come out here tonight, and I hear some of you singing the words to Kingdom. That's my song. It has gone everywhere with me. It will continue to do so. But the first words on that track are my own. And that is where I say, wrestling has more than one royal family.
Yeah, I think we knew that, Cody. There's a lot of wrestling families. I don't think one really is set apart.
WWE has more than one royal family. But for that to be
Harts, Guerreros, Rhodes.
for it to be real, for it to be venerated, validated, and vindicated in my heart, I have to stand across from another.
Oh, yeah.
To stand across
Roman Reigns, very smart.
I have to stand across from the tribal chief, the head of the table.
I would have been okay with Cody not being 1 or 2 because they did that with Rhea. But bring him in at 10, 15, something like that, you know?
Superstars and wrestlers, the biggest superstar on the planet, a man who has had the title for 800 and something days. I have to stand across from Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns and Cody. Yes, thank you. You, Jay Xander. Appreciate the thumbs up. Smash them likes, y'all. Roman sucks, chance.
I'm sure you can hear it. I have a great deal of respect for Roman, and I am talking sincerely, but what I say next, I say with the same sincerity. WrestleMania is in
Funks,
62
Ortons,
days.
Grahams,
Roman,
Harts, Guerreros,
that
Ganyas,
might be 62 days for you. It is
Anoa'i,
62 days for
Rhodes,
the rest
Flair,
of my life.
lots of families.
WrestleMania, undesirable, has already become undeniable, but
Von Erich.
undeniable remains uncrowned, and on that night, it ends. At
McMahon,
WrestleMania, pull up a chair,
Tunney.
sit wherever the hell you want. On that night, somebody else is going to be eating. And after WrestleMania, you can
I love you, Cody.
chief. You can be the head of the table. You can be the biggest superstar in the world.
Excellent camera shot.
Is the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion.
All right, that's Cody's proclamation there that he'll be the guy.
Cody Rhodes, highly motivated on his roads to WrestleMania. Wait just a second.
Who the hell is this? Oh, Judgment Day? Oh, maybe Rhea's going to come out and say, oh, I got an announcement to make too, Cody Rhodes. You don't get to choose your opponent, but I do. Oh, no, Rhea? I was about to say, have we ever had the men's and women's Royal Rumble winner in the ring together? This was a good opportunity to do it, but I see no Rhea. I see Rhea's sex slave, Dominic, but I don't see her. I was saying last night that I actually do like Damian Priest's updated look. I didn't think he looked bad before at all. I just didn't love it. I kind of like the gear he wears now. The facial hair, the guy liner, it all works.
You returning this time to do something original? Or are you just gonna knock off all my old stuff just like you done before? And on top
Tell you what, man, if Cody does win the belts, he better bring back that wing deal.
the Judgment Day's plan is to rumble. Mommy Rhea did what she was supposed to do, and she won the Women's Royal Rumble match. And later tonight,
Mommy Rhea.
all of you will have the honor
Weird.
to listen and her tell you who her opponent for WrestleMania is.
Okay.
But I was supposed to
Speaking of families,
the men's
let's get
Royal Rumble match.
Dominic and Cody one-on-one tonight. I'd be into that.
Hey, Damian, speaking of
Dusty and Ray.
Rey Mysterio that
Proud papas.
make it to the ring. Well, lucky you were there to find his mask.
She did. And you know what?
Oh yeah, Ray didn't make it.
You know what, Cody? You put your hands on me, and you ruined my moment at the Rumble.
So, Dominic.
You know what? You know what would have happened to you if you did that in prison? Huh? You wouldn't be standing here right now.
Yeah, if you take somebody's Royal Rumble spot away in prison, you're in big trouble. Don't do that. If you ever go to prison, don't cost anyone their Royal Rumble spot. Free advice from Greg.
Back WrestleMania. Now some suck up that gets his way whenever he wants.
Suck up who gets in, whatever gets his way.
Rhea Ripley entered number 1, outlasted 29 other women and won the whole thing. She guaranteed she earned a spot at WrestleMania.
Your bitch ass came in at number 30.
Golden Boy, of course,
Judgment Day's got a point.
number 30. Dominic, how the hell does that even happen?
You know what? It doesn't
Is
even.
Triple H secretly sabotaging Cody by giving him number 30
You owe me now.
and getting the fans to turn on him? No way.
Yeah. And you owe me an apology for what you did last night and for ruining my moment.
Hold up. Dom, I don't want to run the risk of pissing you guys off, but Dom, I have to ask you, are you trying to scare me straight?
You trying to scare me straight? Is that what's happening?
You know, this could be,
Is that what's happening here?
this could be very different.
Is the power of Christ compelling me? Is that what's happening?
The Mysterios, the Rhodes, I have an immense amount of respect for your father.
Yeah, respect for my dad. Yeah. You know what? That's really funny because I don't have any respect for my dad.
Didn't Ray and Cody work a Mania together? Do I have that right? Didn't they work Mania or they worked something, Cody and Ray?
Especially your dad.
They did something. Oh, don't be Dominic. Boy. Stay in your lane now, little man. With your little beard.
I think I get this, right?
Kick his ass. Kick his ass, Seabass.
I think, right, I mean, it's 62 days to WrestleMania. I could,
Cody coming in at number 30 would have been better if if they didn't announce it prior. I defended them announcing him entering the Rumble beforehand. I thought there was no problem with it. But then when we didn't get a lot of surprises and he came in at number 30, I was like, well, maybe you should have not announced it. All right, good. So Cody, I'd actually like to see Cody and Balor.
any of you three, let's do it here, let's do it.
Cody and Balor have never faced, right? I'm not forgetting some match that they might have had briefly. I think Cody was leaving right as Balor was coming in, right? Where are they at? Oh, yeah, Tulsa. Tulsa. I have never been to Oklahoma before. I think I've flown over it. I've never even stopped there. I've never even had a plane change in Oklahoma City, nothing. I know nothing about Oklahoma. And I'm okay with that. Oh, so we're qualifying for the chamber tonight, huh? Are they talking about... Have they mentioned what this Elimination Chamber match is for? So, are they talking about what's on the line in this Elimination Chamber? What are they fighting for? Oh, is Edge here? Yep, he is. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, look out. Priest is here. Look out. Oh, please give us a tag. Please give us a tag. Edge and Cody against Balor. Give me anything. Get a third guy out here. Let's do a three-way. Not Adam Pearce. Pearce, get out of there. Maybe we can't do a tag match. Edge is still fucking furious. Oh, here comes Cody. Cody's getting in the mix. Balor and Cody. Balor and Cody. Priest and Edge. Cody and Dom. It's popping off. Cool. I'm into some sort of tag there, but maybe Cody's not going to work tonight. He was all in a suit and shit, so... Okay, it is... Okay, I didn't hear them say that. Thank you that they did mention it was for the U.S. title. We did hear about that earlier today in the news that the chamber was going to be for the U.S., but I didn't see any confirmation on WWE's end. I guess they confirmed it. Awesome. Okay. Because I was about to say, if it's not, there's no reason to have a chamber match because there's no second title to challenge for. There's no reason to do it like we talked about yesterday or in the Royal Rumble review. We said that it's going to have to be for the IC or the U.S., and apparently it's going to be for the U.S. So does that mean if they're going to put the U.S. title on the line in an elimination chamber, is that so they can get the title off of Theory so he can face Cena without the title on the line at WrestleMania, or is he going to retain? He should retain, actually. If Theory's going to go into that chamber match and you really want to build him for Cena, he's already had a ton of momentum. And if he's able to win that and retain his title against those odds, that will do a lot for Theory and set him up big for his match against John Cena. I'm kind of rooting for Theory. All these qualification matches are kind of meaningless in my mind. Theory should go in there and retain. However, if it's just going to be Theory and Cena and the marquee on the marquee, you can take the title off of Theory in the chamber, protect him in the loss since he's in there against 5 other guys. Maybe have Rollins win it or something and then go on to Mania to have a big singles championship match against somebody. I don't know. Yeah, Ray and Cody, was WrestleMania 27. Thank you. I knew I had that right, Destiny. I knew there was a Mania in there somewhere where they had worked together. Yeah, Balor and Cody have never wrestled. I didn't think they had. Bullet Club reunion chamber for the U.S. title. Max Pokebrew, what if we get 2 chamber matches for the U.S. and the IC? We could, but I kind of think that whatever champion Rhea does not challenge, that her challenger will be determined in the chamber, if I had to guess on that. But I could be wrong. Oh, that's right, Isaac. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. Seth Rollins and Logan Paul will definitely be facing in Mania. At Mania, they set that up in the Royal Rumble. So, yeah, Rollins won't win it. I would either have Theory retain in a big-time title defense successfully in that chamber, putting him over and heading into Mania with a shit ton of momentum to face Cena, or get the belt off of him. That way, if Cena beats him, Cena doesn't have to be U.S. champion because he's probably not going to be able to stick around to do any title defenses. So at this point, I'd put Theory over in this thing, man. Have Logan cost Rollins this match. Yeah, he could cost him this match right here, or potentially even do something at the Chamber. But yeah, Logan Paul and Seth Rollins should be a good one. That's where Brock went crazy. Yeah, Max, that could very well be what they're going to do. Theory not only successfully defending in the Chamber, but then beating Cena as well. Speak of the devil. Speak of the handsome devil. What is that sign? Oh, welcome to Tulsa. There's a big welcome to Tulsa sign in that arena. It lights up, in case you forget where you are. Balor and Cody. He got one. Cody and Balor, one-on-one. I like that match. On paper, that is sexy. I remember back in the day when, I guess it would have been the last couple of elections, Bernie Sanders, people would say they thought Seth Rollins' theme said Bernie Town. Bernie Town. I could see Bernie Sanders coming out of that at some debate. Old man. Bernie Town. Doesn't really sound like it there. It's like people who think Elton John's Tiny Dancer is Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza. People think that. There's a whole group of people that think that song is about Tony Danza. I think they also think the earth is flat. Nathan, you're going to be at Raw next week. Where is Raw next week, and where does you live? You know, Michael, with what Logan and Chet did at the Royal Rumble, I'd be perfectly fine with Logan Paul and Ricochet. Not sure if that's a big enough match for Logan, to be honest. I think he's got to face the Sethster. Here comes Chad Gable in the 1980s LJN King Kong Bundy figure, better known as Alpha Academy. Ooh, Orlando. Nice. Nathan, how cool is it? Me and you, a few other people like us, we don't have to deal with crazy winters. We're just chilling. Although it's chilly and rainy today in San Diego, it's certainly not freezing cold, and it's not snowing. Currently, the temperature is 50 degrees for us, which is chilly, but it's better than negative 50, right? Nice, Nathan. Represent that Good Mic Work t-shirt. Happy to report that I do finally have some t-shirt designs in the works that I'll be unveiling very soon, hopefully by Mania. It's way past time. Yeah, I saw that Hulk Hogan claims he has no feelings in his legs. I think what he means is that he's had so much done to his legs and nerve issues and things like that that he might be lacking some feeling, but I don't think he has no feeling, because if he had no feeling, he wouldn't be able to walk at all. He would just crumple if he couldn't feel anything. So I'm sure he's in bad shape, and I'm sure all the 30 years of leg drops have not been kind to his hips and his legs and his bones and his nerves and his back and all that stuff. And I have no doubt he needs a cane, and I have no doubt that He's a mess, but I don't think he's walking around completely not being able to feel his legs, because then he would not be walking around. He would be rolling around. But Hogan likes to embellish, as we know. Yeah, we should appreciate here that we're actually getting Chad Gable and Seth Rollins in the ring here. And based on Rollins getting eliminated and tossed out by Logan, he ain't going to lose to Chad Gable here. Nice headbutt. Nice Benoit headbutt. All right, we're going to go to a commercial. Yep. All right. Yeah, not bad. I mean, look at the matches we have on paper here. We've got Finn Balor taking on Cody later, and we currently have Chad Gable and Seth Rollins in the ring right now. That is no too shabby. Where'd I go? Where's Greg? We got picture-in-picture. Gable's going to work on Seth's leg on the plastic ring post. Transferring heat, to be fair, Hogan didn't make those claims. It was from Kurt Angle. No, Hogan did make those claims. He made those claims to Kurt Angle, which he relayed to us. I don't think... I'm willing to take that secondhand. That just seems like a really weird thing for Kurt Angle to make up. That's very specific, you know, so I absolutely believe that Kurt Angle had a conversation with Hulk Hogan where Hulk Hogan told him he cannot feel his legs. I completely believe that happened. It does not seem far-fetched whatsoever and seems right in line with the type of shit Hulk Hogan would say. So there's no reason to doubt Angle. That would mean Angle would purposely have to go in an interview or whatever he did, the podcast or whatever, and make up an untrue story about Hulk Hogan for no reason. Like, why? Why would he do that? So, no, I believe it came from Hogan. Kurt just relayed the message. Oh, yeah, it was almost time for the Mountain Dew. Hey, Max, I thought you were at work. Did you really fire everybody? Good. Lazy bastards probably deserved it. No severance. Cold turkey. Tell them to get the fuck out. They have 3 minutes to clean out their locker. Anything that they don't clear out of there in 3 minutes will be burned in the street. That's what you got to do, man. You got to play hardball with these people, Max. Angie Law in the house. What's up? Good to see you. Glad you're here. We are in the middle of Chad Gable and Seth Rollins one-on-one to qualify for the Chamber, which I am 1,000,000,000,000% confident that Seth Rollins will win this match. Cody came out in the beginning, celebrated his title or his Rumble victory, and said that he will be winning the title in the main event of WrestleMania against another very famous member of a family, or member of a famous family. And then Judgment Day came out, Edge came out, big brawl, and we got Balor and Cody set up for later on tonight. Yeah, exactly, Paul. You know, Kurt's a transparent guy. It would just be really bizarre and weird and would make no sense for him to make some shit like that up. Where if the conversation was reversed, I could completely see Hogan. Kurt Angle could have just been talking to Hogan and be like, yeah, Hulk, I've had the sniffles lately. And then Hogan would go on a podcast and be like, brother, I talked to Kurt Angle and his head has fallen off. He said his head's fallen off twice and he had it sewed back on and he can't feel his balls. I don't know. He just makes some shit up, you know, where Kurt just wouldn't do that. Yeah, it was funny, Cody drinking the Mountain Dew because his dad, Dusty, did the Mellow Yellow commercial way back in the day. I remember as a kid, when I lived in North Carolina, all that really thick, disgusting soda was down there. The Sun Drop and the Mountain Dew and the Mellow Yellows and shit. And I remember everybody was nuts about Mountain Dew, but I liked Mellow Yellow. Like if I got it at a Burger King or something, or there was one in the vending machine and I got a Mellow Yellow, I would drink those and I liked them more. I came across Mellow Yellow like a year or so ago when I was traveling to Vegas or something. We pulled over and I got it. I got a Mellow Yellow for nostalgia and it didn't taste good. I must have liked it as a kid and I don't like it now. I'm like, nope, this is not for me. I was surprised. It did not taste as delicious as it did when I was a little fella. What's with all the banana heads in the front row there? Have you seen, there's like a GIF or I don't know, it's a meme. It's a person dressed up in a banana costume walking down the street and he slips on a human. It's just funny. So like there's a person on the ground and the banana's walking and slips on him. Mountain Dew in my soul. That shit will put you in the grave. Oh, I remember where it was now. It was Double or Nothing. We were driving to Double or Nothing, and we stopped in the desert somewhere, halfway to Vegas, at an Arby's. Arby's must have Mellow Yellow in there. That's what it is. And I filled up like a fountain thing of Mellow Yellow, and I was like, this is disgusting. I don't like it. Plus, I had to drink it out of one of those annoying paper straws, which made it taste worse. Nice bridge. Nice bridge. Love that. Love that. I mean, this match right here should be at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. It's weird when Seth Rollins really, really outweighs somebody. Like, it's crazy. He looks a lot bigger than Gable. Yeah, I've not tasted Pitch Black, nor will I, but I don't know what it tastes like. Grape, I guess. I don't think Mountain Dew Pitch Black will ever touch the lips of good mic work. Yeah, C-Mac, I didn't hear his. I saw Seth's comments about CM Punk. It was awesome. It was totally in character, and you guys have to understand, too, that clip, the person who asked Seth that question was Nick Hausman. Nick was the guy that asked CM Punk the question that ignited the fire of Brawl Out. Even though it wasn't Nick's fault, CM Punk just started in with that Scott Colton nonsense, and then it was... But Nick was the spark that ignited it. Whether it was his fault or not, it wasn't. But I think Seth took into account who was asking him that question, and he played right into it, and I thought nothing of it. Just like I thought nothing of Ricky Starks being with Cody at the Rumble. So what? They're friends. You're an independent contractor. What you do in your own time is nobody's business, and Tony Khan has made that clear that he actually does let wrestlers, for the most part, behave like independent contractors a lot more than WWE does. But backstage visitors from every... Oh, nice pedigree. That might be it. He landed on the knee, though. Backstage visitors from other companies has been commonplace in wrestling forever. And there's the 3 count. Even if you're working for another company, there's been plenty of examples where if you know the right people or you're a big enough star, you're kind of bulletproof and you can kind of go do whatever you want. WWE let Bayley go to Japan and be with Sasha and all that. It's like, these people are friends, you know. Let them do what they're going to do. There would be no reason for Ricky Starks to be backstage like fishing for a job. You know, he knows Cody Rhodes when he doesn't, you know, there needs to be no contract tampering. Nobody probably even talked to him about anything back there. If he wants to go there, he can go there when his contract is up. He knows the person to call, right? So everybody's like, well, I wouldn't be surprised if he might have had a conversation. I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. I don't think that's really something he should do. He'd probably get more respect and be more appreciated if he didn't say anything. So if his contract is coming up soon and he truly wants to go to WWE, then all he's got to do is text his buddy, who will get the ball rolling and get him brought in. It will be that simple for Ricky Starks if he chooses to do that. He won't have to go to WWE months early and go backstage at the Royal Rumble and try to put out feelers for getting a job. When his contract is up, if he wants a job, he has one. So I think it was no more than one friend supporting another friend. And I think it's kind of cool that we're seeing that in wrestling so often. What's this? Oh, chamber. Okay, I was like, what is this? What is this? Elimination Chamber in Montreal. Montreal in February? Isn't it dog-ass cold? I can't believe how bad. I'm 45 years old, and I can't... Oh, I owe Super Chats, too, don't I? That reminds me. Did I get that one earlier? I did get that one from Zach. I always thought geographically... I'm 45 years old. In my mind, I always thought that Montreal was west of Toronto. Like, on the map. It is not located where I thought it was located in my head. I just think that's very funny. Yeah, it's... way, way east of Toronto. I always thought it was like in the middle. I always thought it was located somewhere where Ontario was, but it's not. It's way, way east of Ottawa. And in my head, I just never knew that. I thought Montreal was more centrally located. I learned another couple of interesting stats about Canada. Canada has less people live in the entire country of Canada than live in the state of California where I live. And I think like 80%, 70% of the Canadian population live below like the U.S. Like they live south, like of the Great Lakes. They live like below Lake Superior. So Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, all those places. The rest of it is just frozen shit all the way until you get to, you know, your Winnipegs and your Calgarys and stuff. So anyway, for you Canadians watching, sorry that I did not know, or in my head, always kind of had Montreal misplaced. And I'm very good with geography. I'm really good with geography in the States, but I guess I did not have Montreal figured out. I thought it was west of Toronto, and it's east, and I just think that's really funny. So y'all learned something stupid about me today. Michael Kumo, appreciate the $5. I'm surprised Hogan didn't blame Angle for him not being able to walk since after tapping out to the ankle lock back in 2002. That's right. Angle is one of the few people to actually make Hulk Hogan tap out. And maybe that's where Hogan's loss of feeling came from, was from the ankle lock. It's possible. Yeah, I have no idea who Ricky is dating or anything. I don't know anything about that. I think I knew him and Cody were friends, though. Are we talking about the chamber here? Big Frank, Rollins, Theory, Gargano, Ziggler. Well, not. No, maybe. Look at Danny DeVito doing a Jersey Mike's commercial. I'm pretty familiar with Jersey Mike's. They had them back when I lived in North Carolina, and when I moved here, I have them all over the place. Every place I've lived in San Diego so far, there's been a Jersey Mike's right across the street. I had a Jersey Mike's yesterday, actually. I like the number 9, Club Supreme. I don't like the Italians. I don't like sandwiches with like 9,000 meats on them. Like, that's fucking insane. I like the Club Supreme. It's turkey. It's roast beef. I think it's Swiss cheese, but I always get provolone on it. Bacon. It's fucking delicious. Sometimes I'll just get the little mini. The mini sandwiches are perfect. $5, little sandwich. Delicious. Jersey Mike's does good shit. Yeah, and I do like the other one I get, other than the number 9 transferring heat, is I get the chicken Philly. I like their chicken Philly. Their Philly cheesesteak is just, it is. I mean, cheesesteaks are cheesesteaks. I usually never order a cheesesteak anywhere because they're so simple and so basic. But they got a good chicken one that I like. Bray Wyatt beats... Okay, they're just running through TMZ bullshit here. Oh, damn. Chicken bacon ranch melt. I didn't even know they had that. When it comes to their hot subs, I think I've only had the chicken Philly. Some of those images that came out on WWE.com after the Bloodline beatdown of Sammy were so good. Great photos. All right, here comes Io Sky. I love Dakota. Oh, wow. Toxic Banana. Kansas got their first Jersey mics not long ago. Kansas. Do y'all have caller ID yet? Is caller ID a thing? Do y'all have dial-up internet in Kansas? I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you, Toxic. You know, we got a Toxic Banana. We got a Firehouse here, too. I just had Firehouse subs for the first time ever just a few months ago, and I've eaten there several times. I got one right down the road. I have ordered their, I think, turkey bacon ranch thing a couple times. It was really good. I like sandwiches. I'm like Joey from Friends. I like sandwiches, and I like wings. Who is EO taking on, anyway? Who is this? Who the fuck is this? Oh, Candice LeRae. I'm like, I don't even know who this is. It's Candice. And she's out there with Mia Yim. Oh, she's with Michin, excuse me. What does Michin mean again? Fearless? Or what does it mean? I hate to knock this because every women's wrestler that has done it, I've liked the wrestler. Athena does it too. But I do not like these wings or the shit that these girls are wearing. It looks so dumb. But Athena's got a set of wings too. And I love Candice and I love Athena, but just not a fan of the wing. I don't get the wings. They look stupid. I mean, unless you're flying to the ring, which would be pretty cool. Nothing's worse than Natalia's outlandish outfits, but I'm not a fan of the wings. I think like Athena's are like mechanical or something, or they light up. It's just not for me. Oh, Graves said Dakota suffered an injury at the Rumble. I didn't catch that. Jersey Mike's is headquartered in New Jersey. I would hope so. The Jersey Mike's right down the road from me that I go to all the time was a frequent spot of Mitt Romney. He must have had a house here or something because his autograph is all over the wall. I think he came in there a few times when he was running for president. And, of course, I did not vote for Mitt Romney, and there's a whole bunch of things about Mitt Romney that I didn't like. But when I look at him now, I'm like, you know, when it comes to conservatives, he's actually not so bad. I think he means well. He doesn't seem malicious, hateful, bigoted, anything like that. I think he's truly doing what he thinks is right. And at least I can respect that. At least he's not trying to be a dickbag. Is that Batista? Knock at the Cabin? Holy crap. Go, Batista. Doing an M. Night movie? Holy shit. I love Batista. So we just cut away from the match to just do that that movie trailer. All right, that's nice. It's nice respect to EO and Candice. Michael Cuomo, appreciate that $5, man. Quebec, Canada is nothing like the rest of Canada. Quebec might as well be their own country. And exit from Canada. Quixit. Quebexit. Yeah, and you're right, because I don't know why I thought it would have been West. That would have made no sense to have, you know, a French-speaking population in the middle and center of your English-speaking population. So I guess, you know, when they came over, that's where they hit. They landed there, spoke French, and that's why Quebec is French, I guess. And then it would have been weird if there was just a province of French-speaking citizens, like, dead in the middle of Canada. Why I thought that, I have no idea. But I wasn't a great student, but I was good at math. I was good at geography. I knew shit. I'm good at science. I know stuff. I can read and stuff. But for some reason, oh no, Hockey Hall of Famer Bobby Hull passed away. That's a shame. I don't recall who he spent most of his time with. Winnipeg, maybe? Chicago? He's not Brett Hull's dad, is he? Wasn't there a Brett Hull that played for the Blues all those years ago? Oh, Cindy Williams died. Oh, no. Oh, I really liked Cindy Williams. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, that's a shame. I grew up to Laverne and Shirley. I used to watch that as a kid. All those shows back in those days, they were all kind of connected. They were all spin-offs, and they were all set in Milwaukee. And I remember Laverne and Shirley worked at the Schatz Brewery, and Lenny and Squiggy, and I think Mork and Mindy spawned off of that, or vice versa. All those shows back in the day. Oh, wow. Laverne and Shirley, I think, is up there with one of my favorite sitcom openings or songs ever. Really good. Yeah, and Penny Marshall passed away already as well. So Laverne and Shirley are both deceased. But yeah, I have a lot of memories of being a little guy watching that show. They spoofed the intro in the movie Wayne's World. That's a shame. She was pretty hot too, man. Back in the 70s and the early 80s like that, she was quite the looker. That's Cindy. Oh, so Bret Hall is his son. Holy shit. Okay, cool. Spinoff of Happy Days. Thank you, Big J. Laverne and Shirley was a spinoff of Happy Days. I knew there was a big one because Happy Days I remember a lot too. And they were all kind of connected. I just finished watching Arrested Development, and of course Ron Howard is the narrator of that, and the Fonz, Henry Winkler is a recurring character, along with I think they had Scott Baio on there too. So they did do a lot of Happy Days reunions on Arrested Development, which was cool. And of course Richie Cunningham and the Fonz were BFFs, so that's really cool that that Ron Howard and Winkler are reunited on Arrested. All right, we are back to another picture-in-picture. I'm going to go grab another cold one. Nikki Bella says I do, y'all. We need 4 parts. 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 parts. 4. We need 4 shows that are devoted to giving Nikki Bella attention. I did not watch California Dreams. I did not watch that. I like Bayley. Bayley's outfit. She got like the fur coat, the glasses. This looks good. Here comes Io charging at Candice. What a German. Jeez. Ugh. Oh, yeah, I didn't remember California Dreams. They were an early 90s show. I don't know why. I have no recollection of what that show even is. Yeah, back when I was a kid, it was like Laverne and Shirley, Mark and Mindy. I watched a little bit of Chico and the Man, some reruns. Oh, shit. Happy Days, Bosom Buddies. Night. Ooh. Poison Rana. It was kind of like it kind of was more of like an allergic reaction Rana. I wouldn't go with poison on that one. What promotion would have I liked to have wrestled in? Glow. 100%. What the hell is that, Candice? That WrestleMania sign is half the size of the arena. I never watched Charles in Charge either. Did not love that one. Me chin. Io Sky kicked out of that one. Code breaker. What is she doing? Oh, shit. Here comes Bayley. We're going to get a... the ref's going to ring the bell. Nope. Is Io going to pin her? Not like that. Come on. Half-heartedly running that Corey is giving shit to Mia Yim for not getting over there in time. I used to watch Different Strokes, Sanford and Son, watch a little bit of Good Times, 227. I loved all those shows. I never watched Benson. Wasn't a fan of Benson. Check out that dude behind Corey Graves. He's scary. He is staring a hole through me. Is he looking at you guys too? I'm scared of him. Here comes Rhea. I guess she's going to come out there next. All right, top of the second hour there. She's going to announce who she's going to face. I've been saying all along that I believe it should be Bianca Belair, because I like that match of they're both from that generation, one class after, Charlotte and crew, and that would just be a good, just money match. Just those two physical specimens going at each other would be great. If Rhea decided to throw a curveball at us and either, number one, say, you're going to have to tune into SmackDown to find out who I'm going to challenge, I can definitely see Rhea fucking with us here and waiting to decide. Or if she did go to SmackDown, I would love to see her challenge Charlotte, because she owes Charlotte one from WrestleMania 36 in the PC. And if she went to SmackDown, that's where Ray is, and she could be bringing Dominic over there to torment his father, leading up to what I'm guessing is going to be a Ray and Dominic match at WrestleMania, provided that Ray isn't hurt that bad. Apparently he was hurt on SmackDown, which is why he was not at the Royal Rumble. So there would be a reason for them to go over there, but hopefully, as much as I would love to see Rhea Ripley just fuck up Charlotte, like if she faced Charlotte at WrestleMania, I would want the match to be booked similar to how John Cena was booked against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2014 when Brock just ate his lunch. And I would love if Rhea did that to Charlotte. But if we can't get that, Bianca holding the title for a year, going in there to drop it to Rhea, the two of them can really develop a rivalry. They could be the Rock and Stone Cold, or the Cena and Batista of their generation and of the women, especially with how physically imposing they both are. And this could begin, they've already had some wars, but I mean, this could really be a major one in their story, and one of only a bunch of big-time, Big Four pay-per-view one-on-one matches they have. So hopefully they go in that direction, but if they don't, as long as Rhea Ripley walks out of WrestleMania with the championship, I'm happy, because I think this will be way different. Didn't Rhea Ripley beat Asuka for the title, right, a couple years ago or something at WrestleMania, and it just didn't have that feeling of, oh, they've launched Rhea. I barely even remember that even happened. But I think this is going to be completely different, and I'm hoping that Rhea has a big moment here. And that could very well main event night one, although I kind of like the idea of the tag titles main eventing night one with Owens and Sammy winning them. I also think it would kind of be cool to have it all happen on night two, though. If you put the women, if you put Rhea and Bianca in the main event of night one. You could still do Usos and Owens and Sammy on the undercard on the same night as Roman losing the titles. Might be fun. Oh, I forgot about the Jeffersons. Yeah, thanks, Big J. That was the other one I was trying to remember. I like the Jeffersons, too. What's-his-face would sometimes make guest spots later on Fresh Prince. Remember? He was like the judge that Uncle Phil was rivals with or something. That was good stuff. Perfect Strangers was fun. Another excellent theme song and opening. Really well done. They don't make them like that anymore. By the way, anybody who has not hit that thumbs up button yet, I would appreciate it. We are low on the likes. I could really use those. Psycho in My Head by Skillet. You can listen now on Apple Music or Spotify. When you're over there on Spotify listening to good mic work on headphones, you can check out Skillet while you're over there. Happy birthday, Becky. Somebody mentioned happy birthday to her in the chat, right? Happy birthday, Becky Lynch. Didn't even know it was her birthday. Good. Good for her. Pretty deadly. There's something else. I'd be cold if I wore those shirts. Oh, Sherman Helmsley. Thank you. That's his name. Oh, wow. He died way back in 2012, huh? Wow. Oh, Angie, you've seen Skillet 2 times in concert? I've never even heard of Skillet. Although, if you give me a skillet and, like, a piece of salmon or tuna or some nice piece of fish, I will make you a fine piece of fish in my skillet. Number 30. Oh, man, does that mean Nia Jax, we're going to see her come out tonight? Nia Jax, I just have no desire to see her. She is such a turnoff. I just don't like her at all. Even when I had her back during the whole Becky punch, because I hated watching fans go so crazy. Missed to Morgan. What a great finish. Oh, that's right. I couldn't remember how she got that. She kind of head scissored her over, right? Flung her right off. Rhea worked hard. What'd they say, an hour and 8 minutes for her? That's awesome. They even had to do a quick cutaway to those fake fireworks. So stupid. Here's a quick prediction here. Do you think Beth Phoenix will attack her before she has a chance to announce who she's going to face? Edge is in the building, right? Beth Phoenix came out and got her a piece of Rhea Ripley at the Rumble, and Beth Phoenix was not in the Rumble. So does Beth Phoenix attack right here and attack her? And then we don't find out who Ripley's going to pick? I wouldn't be surprised. Some tells me that they're not going to be in a real big hurry to have Rhea Ripley announce this, but it would be a great opportunity to get that photo op with Ripley and Bianca, because Bianca she finished off Alexa Bliss, so she currently doesn't have anybody standing in front of her. Rhea Ripley would make the most sense, but I do feel like we can get Beth Phoenix in some capacity, whether she interrupts the announcement or comes out after the announcement. I don't see how Beth would be in the building and wouldn't come out here and get her a piece, you know? Who does not want to see Beth Phoenix? Max, how can you look at somebody as awesome as Beth Phoenix and say, nah, I don't want to see her? You crazy, man. The more Beth, the better. Plus, they still have to pay that issue off. You know, they haven't finished that, don't forget. You don't just start something and not follow through. It's not like Vince is still there. So Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley still have unfinished business, and that could be your match at Elimination Chamber. I bet you it is. It's going to be Rhea Ripley against Beth Phoenix one-on-one. How much you want to bet? And Beth would be a great legend for Rhea Ripley to beat on her way to build her momentum against Bianca, you know? Be a win-win, Max. Win-win.
I did the unthinkable. I went the distance. I came in here at number one and overcame and outlasted 29 other women to win the Royal.
Yeah, Rhea, unlike Cody, actually did outlast 29 other women or men.
And now I get to choose whichever champion I want to face at WrestleMania.
All right, so Rhea Ripley is about to choose her own adventure here. Who's it gonna be? She's not gonna say it.
3 years ago, I had just turned 24.
Oh, she's talking about Charlotte.
Getting started,
Charlotte.
and I was the NXT Women's Champion. And I came here to Monday Night Raw. I stood in this ring and I challenged the winner of the Royal Rumble match, Charlotte Flair.
Is that what happened? Did Charlotte challenge her, or did Rhea challenge Charlotte?
Challenged her to a match at WrestleMania, and she
Beat me.
put me in my place.
See? That's why I think she could definitely go after Charlotte again. But she's also talking about Charlotte first instead of Bianca first.
Funny thing about Charlotte is that she's always somehow in the title picture. She's always at the top of her game, and I hate to give her the credit, but she seems to get better each and every year. The normal flow here in the WWE is that Charlotte Flair is at the top. But I'm the disruptor. I don't like the natural flow. I don't like the normal formula. And I don't like things being overplayed.
I hope you do go after Charlotte. You're making some good points. Some part of me feels like she's about to challenge Charlotte, and then Bianca will come out. You're going to hear her music. I'm on my own. Right? Something like that. I feel like something like that's got to happen.
To enjoy everyone rising and bowing down to the queen.
Oh, maybe not.
Because they're about to rise to Rhea Ripley.
I feel like Bianca will come out.
At WrestleMania, I put you in
Okay.
your place.
It is going to be Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair,
Good.
I choose you.
Oh, yes. I thought we were going to get a swerve or something was going to happen. Fuck yeah. Yes. That makes me very happy. I thought they would do that on SmackDown or something like that. I had Bianca all pegged for this, but we did talk about how Charlotte would make the most sense because of their history. Oh, yes. Now, Ratnick, it is not heel versus heel. You got to remember, Charlotte is not a heel. Charlotte is a babyface. But it's easy to make that mistake. Wow. No Beth Phoenix, no Bianca Belair, no nothing. Which is fine. Moment of silence for Kathy Kelly. Now here comes Seth. He's back already.
Before we talk about Elimination Chamber, let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma. What a crowd! What a fight against Chad Gable, and what a win! And now I'm going on to Elimination Chamber. I'm gonna beat 5 other dudes.
It's going to be cool, too, watching Rhea Ripley go into WrestleMania as a heel to face babyface Charlotte, but to be completely cheered.
WrestleMania, Los Angeles, let's go!
Well, Seth, I have to ask, at Royal Rumble, there's been a lot of chatter ever since surprise entrance, Logan Paul eliminated.
Oh, here we go, Logan Paul. Oh, and he walked away. Yeah. Big Frank, you're right now. Now that Rhea is choosing Charlotte, which I'm so glad she's doing, that sets up Bianca Belair and Asuka. I'm cool with that too, man. This is working out. Ooh, maybe Fatal 4-Way, Bianca, Becky, Bayley, Asuka. We could see that too. Although you could do Bayley and Becky. You could do an undercard women's match with those two. Perhaps a gimmick match. Maybe a Hell in the Cell. Although I think we're going to get Brock and Lesnar. I'm sorry, Brock and Lashley in a Hell in the Cell. You could do 2 Hell in the Cells, one on each night. Becky, Bayley, night 1. Brock, Lashley, night 2. Otherwise, Asuka and Bianca one-on-one with Asuka beating her would be cool. Bianca is undefeated as of right now at WrestleMania, but what are we talking here? 2-0? Maybe 3-0. Yeah, I just tweeted that Rhea Ripley needs to... I pitched this in the review on Saturday, the Royal Rumble review, when we talked about who Bianca could, or who Rhea Ripley could challenge. And I said, I've kind of had Rhea and Bianca on my radar this whole time, but now that Charlotte has just won the SmackDown Championship, that would really be great to revisit that and Rhea pay her back. And when it comes to paying her back, I mean pay her back the way Brock paid Cena back at SummerSlam 2014. Remember when Cena beat Brock when he came back at Elimination Chamber? Payback time, and Brock fucked him up. And I would love if Rhea just had a dominating victory where Charlotte just couldn't get out of the blocks. No matter what she tried, Rhea had an answer for her. Put her down, put her down, put her down, and, you know, beats her with a boot in the chest and make it emphatic like that would be so good. And Charlotte is such a strong star that she could afford to be destroyed like that, just like Cena could. They've already been established and have so much equity that you're not going to be buried by one loss. And even if it's a squash or a humiliating loss, those characters can survive that. If anything, they can be character-building occurrences or experiences that make them better. So I think Charlotte should put her over like that, man. That's what I'd do.
Hi again, America. Since we all love M&Ms, and let's face it, me, it only makes sense that I am renaming America's favorite chocolate candies Ma Ignon. Ma Ignon. It's a play on my
Last man-woman standing is the absolute worst stipulation ever. I've enjoyed most of those matches that I've seen. We've had some classics. I got no overused. Are we getting too many last woman standing matches or something? Am I forgetting a whole bunch? Are we doing these weekly or something? I don't understand why it's overused. I don't think it's any more overused than any stipulation, really. I don't know where I get these injuries from. I think Tito might have done that one for me. I am bleeding, and I don't know why. Tito, is that you, bro? Are you the cause of this? Bayley Becky TLC match, but yeah, what are you going to put on the line? What are you hanging from the ring? There's no belt, or I guess do you pin people in the TLC, or you retrieve something hanging? Right? Neither one of them are champion, and it doesn't look like either one of them are going to be champion, unless you unveiled a women's intercontinental and you had them crown the first champion. I think you should send both women down to Rio de Janeiro to do something like that, but maybe you could just do it at WrestleMania instead. Iron Woman match, not at WrestleMania, no. Too long. Iron Woman match any other time, sure, but I don't want an hour-long match stuck right in the middle of WrestleMania. Fans might fall asleep. What if it's Bianca versus Nia Jax at WrestleMania? Then hopefully Nia Jax gets her ass beat and Bianca KODs her. It might be Bianca and Nia Jax just to showcase the strength of Bianca being able to lift that giant woman up in the air. Bray Wyatt had that weird black light face paint. I just saw the Roman numeral 6 on the side of his head. I didn't catch that on Saturday. And I don't know if that's going to be Bray Wyatt's look. That's what he's going to wrestle with now. I mean, we haven't seen him in the ring. That was the first time we've seen him in the ring since a couple years ago. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Got a pretty big building there in Tulsa. Somebody must play there. Asuka and Becky challenging for the tag titles. Maybe. I feel like they've got some interesting history, when Becky got pregnant and the whole belt thing. And they've had some wars too. Big matches on pay-per-view against each other. However, given how they re-debuted or brought back Asuka at the Rumble, it feels like she's kind of got some new life. And maybe she should be the one to challenge Bianca Belair. All right, so here comes Baron Corbin. He's got a qualifying match as well. I forgot who he's wrestling. I feel like, I don't even know who he's wrestling, but I feel like Corbin will win this. He'll get in the chamber. You need a heel. You need somebody like Corbin in there. And Corbin's good. It's nice to see him finally wearing what appears to be some regular-ish ring gear. Baron Corbin, how many fucking... Nothing's been better than bum ass. I like the IRS that Rotundo just shows up and says, I'll take all of that. The IRS just doesn't show up to poker games and just take the money out of your hand. DiBiase, Money Inc. I don't know why Bradshaw and Corbin just didn't kick the shit out of Money Inc. and take their money back. I would have. Like, you jabronis don't really work for the IRS. You definitely don't, Mike Rotundo. Oh, yeah, Gargano. Oh, shit, Gargano might win, actually. I don't know, Gargano and Corbin. This is for the U.S. title, so... Dexter is there. Okay, I think Gargano will win. I think Dexter will... he'll take care of JBL. Well, Zach thinks Bianca and Nia would be absolutely awful, but Zach, isn't what you really mean that Nia versus anybody would be awful? Isn't that what you're trying to say there? Are you implying that Nia versus somebody else would be better? Sounds like you have a Nia issue, not a Bianca issue. I know guys like Johnny Gargano always have some sort of superhero or video game themed shit, but I never understand what it is. Yeah, I forgot about Ciampa. Feels like a DIY reunion would be excellent. I don't know what the status of Ciampa's injury is and how long he's going to be out. There's no time to put together Gargano and Ciampa for the U.S. title, unfortunately, but that would be pretty awesome. I feel like we're more likely to get a DIY reunion than we are a Gargano and Ciampa singles title feud.
Corbin can't stand Gargano almost as bad as he can't stand these mouth-breathing goofballs around the world who jump on the internet and like to say, Johnny's gonna save wrestling. People like Barrett.
Yeah, everybody has a Nia issue. It's in. But she's back, so you're going to have to come to terms with the fact that she's going to be in matches.
This Loomis guy, let's not draw any more attention to him. He creeps me out. How sweet is this victory gonna be for Baron Corbin after he drops Gargano?
I'm like, I also like Bianca Belair enough to where, provided that she won, and as long as the plan was for her to go over, I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with her facing Nia Jax. When you think about, because I'm trying to think of the good of Bianca and put that ahead of my whatever dislike I have for Nia Jax. It's glass half full type of shit. That's how you have to live your life. So, like, I would think about, okay, if they're going to put Bianca over, then this could be a big win for her. Nia Jax has had some pretty big moments. As a matter of fact, she's won the championship at WrestleMania before, right? And plus, she's very large. It would be, what a right hand to Gargano. It would be a great way to showcase the strength of Bianca if she could actually somehow get Nia up in a KOD, and you get that moment. You get that Brock F5ing Big Show moment with Bianca doing that to Nia Jax. It would be worth it to have Nia Jax in the match. You gotta look big picture here, not just look beyond just what your brain hates, and think big picture. And provided it's done right, it would not be all negative. It wouldn't be 100% negative. There's no way we as fans want Nia Jax against Bianca Belair. No way, no way, no way. I'm like, well, what if you frame it this way and you book it where Bianca Belair beats her and hits her with some big power move, that gives us that WrestleMania moment, a big title defense, successful title defense for Bianca, extending her championship run beyond a year, remaining undefeated at WrestleMania, winning the title there twice and retaining it there. Your hatred for Nia Jax would really be so deep that it would make that scenario sound not good to you? I think you got to look at things. Is that Ray Liotta? So I guess I'd be okay with Nia Jax facing Bianca Belair if and only if they booked it exactly how I just laid out. Anything other than that, I probably want nothing to do with it. But, there are ways you could do it that would be good and would be good for Bianca. Terry Allen Jr., thanks for the 240. Do I miss Johnny's Rebel Heart theme? Kind of. It's kind of a weird kind of poppy type of kind of kid-sounding theme, and Johnny Gargano kind of looks like a kid and dresses like one. So I guess it fits him or whatever, but I think maybe they needed something a little bit more, less poppy sounding. I don't know. Deshaun Robinson, appreciate that $2. Ciampa had hip surgery in October. He's out past Mania. Fuck. I had no idea what his problem even was. Yeah, so he'll be out for a while. When he comes back, maybe this summer, maybe DIY winning the tag team titles at SummerSlam. I'd be into that. DIY versus Owens and Sammy at SummerSlam for the titles. Can Owens and Sammy hold the titles for that long? I think they could. That would be great. That would be great shit. Yeah, I thought I saw Ray Liotta in that commercial. Let's pitch that match on Twitter. I'll make that tweet now. Just in case it happens, I look like a genius. Or I should rephrase that. I look like more of a genius than I already am. Right? Right? DIY, Owens and Sammy, tag title match, SummerSlam. But they would have to hold the titles for a long time. Not that it's impossible because the Usos have held the titles since Obama was president. But still, you have to wonder once they do finally crown Owens and Sammy as champions, do you do the whole breakup thing again with them? Like we've seen already like 2 or 3 times between these guys. They can't trust each other. They constantly turn on each other, save each other, love each other, cheat on each other. How long can they last as champions? I like it. It's Nia Jax against Lacey Evans in a sandbag match. Could you imagine those two behind the scenes having a conversation about anything? Just any words coming out of their mouth, speaking to each other. It's like a vortex of dumb that's just going to create a black hole of idiocy. Oh my God. Could you imagine them talking about anything that requires any sort of level of basic intelligence? That'd be a conversation I'd like to be a fly on the wall for. Well, what it is that Darryl Hamlin, the guy that had the heart attack on the playing field, he died that night. And they have replaced him with a body double because what happened was the vaccine had killed him and exploded his heart. And, of course, the liberals don't want you to know that. So they put a fake person because if you noticed at the game, he was all bundled up like he had his mask on and you couldn't see his face, because why not? Buffalo in January is a very warm tropical climate. He should not need to be all bundled up like that. And I think that's pretty clear evidence that it's a fake Damar Hamlin and that the vaccine killed him. That's what Nia Jax and Lacey Evans would talk about. Hillary's been dead for years, and it's a fake Hillary. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. Joe Biden, he died after the last election, but luckily it's Trump in disguise. Trump's really running the country secretly. He's just dressed up in a Joe Biden mask. The Kennedy family, who all came back to life, they gave Trump the costume to wear. They had it in the closet, like an extra Biden costume laying around. So they just gave it to him, and they said, put this on. You can just be Joe Biden and pretend to be him. And that's what's happening. So I think Lacey Evans and Nia Jax would have some sort of a conversation that sounded like that. Come on, Johnny G. I would love wrestling to beat Corbin. JBL looks like he's getting frustrated. Yeah, the hat is off. Oh, man, I don't know. Oh, here, I was about to say, here's Dexter finally getting in JBL's face. You better back off. He's got an axe, a shiny axe. Look how shiny that axe is. That's like a brand new axe. Like he bought... Fuck that hat. I was watching the football games last night on Fox. There's a show called Farmer Wants a Wife. That's hilarious to me. No, is that End of Days? Nope. Reversal. Nice. Inside cradle. Yes, he does beat him. Good job, Johnny G. Gargano wins. He is in the Elimination Chamber, and Dexter's got the hat with the axe. I love that. Fuck your hat, JBL. You're not J.R. Ewing. Your suit is way too big for your body, by the way, JBL. New podcast spamming my mentions.
So Gargano is headed to Montreal in the Elimination Chamber for a crack at this man, the United States champion.
Oh yeah, Crazy J. Yeah, I think Lacey and Nia Jax sitting down together on the couch side by side and watch Tucker Carlson. All right, it's MVP and Austin Theory. Okay. Yeah, well, that's what they say. I mean, people who generally just don't know a lot of shit and have grown up and or gone through their entire life stupid, it's very easy to be influenced by dumb shit you read and hear and see on social media and the conspiracies that you can allow yourself to believe, no matter how fucking ridiculous they are. That's just a lack of basic education. Greenville, South Carolina. SmackDown's next week. I don't know. Is that still the Bilo Center? Who lives in the South Carolina area? Is that still there? The Bilo Center? That's where a whole bunch of shit happened. A lot of WCW shows went on there. WWE ran that Raw in 2003 where they did that Flair tribute. I think that was in Greenville. Oh, yeah. So it's a VIP lounge with the ultimate VIP Theory. I'll be right back.
Hi again, America. Since we all love M&Ms, and let's face it, me, it only makes sense that I am renaming America's favorite chocolate candies Ma and Yas. Ma and Yas. It's a play on my name.
This isn't shiny. I don't feel as clean.
Hurry up, Dad. You've been in there forever.
Trying. This cheap stuff is too thin.
I told you not to get the other toilet paper. Here's Charmin Ultra Strong.
My bottom's been shaved. Woohoo!
With its diamond weave texture, Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort.
What's everybody waiting for? This?
Okay, hun. We know you're clean. We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin? Because our lives are forever entwined.
All right. We are back. Sorry about that. Thanks for not leaving. Somebody's interrupting that MVP segment. Yeah. I wonder who it will be. And what's going on? I mean, Theory's got to defend the U.S. in the chamber, so I can't really see him kicking off some brand new angle or feud with a new wrestler here. Plus, he's got to face Cena at WrestleMania, so I don't know what they're going to do here on the MVP lounge or the VIP lounge. What are all these sandwiches? Where? Oh, Wingstop. We got Wingstop, Jersey Mike's. Elizabeth and I, possibly even tonight, I'm not sure when, we are about to start Always Sunny because we finished Arrested Development. Danny DeVito. His wife, Rhea Perlman, who played Carla on Cheers, I have met her before. She has come into my restaurant for dinner. Rhea Perlman. I'm assuming they're still married and they're still together.
The reason why I like Golo is plain and simple, it was easy. I didn't have to grit my teeth and do a diet. Golo's a lifestyle change, and you make the change,
Golo's a lifestyle change. What's Golo?
I sleep better.
Must be a weight loss thing.
Shirt off in the first time in 25 years. It's Golo.
Good for you, man. It's Golo.
Smarter.
You look good, man. Happy for you, whatever your name is. It could be Lashley and Trump. They were on the same team, right? That Mania match? Or no, it was Lashley and Trump. Yeah. And then Vince had Umaga. Is that what the match was? Yeah. Lashley and Umaga. Even imagine that match today. That match feels like a dream match today. Forget about the extracurricular shit. Austin, Vince, Trump, all that stuff is stupid. But just like Umaga and Lashley one-on-one would be pretty damn awesome. That's okay, Nate. Don't worry about it. I do not. My restaurant life and this life are completely separate. They do not merge. Nobody can ever come see me there, anything like that. It's very important to me that these two things remain separate. That's my career, and I can't have them intertwining or for any reason. So that's why if anybody said, people who DM me say, hey, I want to come see you at your restaurant. Sorry, we'll have to go meet somewhere else. I'm not bringing this into work. So sorry if you're one of those people that DM me, but it's just not going to happen. But if you're in town and you want to go grab a cold one somewhere, that I'm into. But nobody can visit me at work.
Is a man courageous enough to defend the United States Championship inside the Elimination Chamber? Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Atlanta's own Austin Theory.
Austin Theory. Here we go. This is a really interesting and kind of random. I didn't see this advertised during the day, I don't think, unless they announced it later. Tracy, good to see you. What's up? Scott Ash. Fun fact, Greg's favorite show used to be this, I Saved by the Bell. No, it did not. Although I think my favorite show is Zach Morris is Trash, which is on YouTube. I was too old for Saved by the Bell. My sisters watched it. I had two younger sisters. One's 9 years younger than me. The other one's 4 years younger than me. They were into it. But as somebody that was already in the high school scene, I can tell you that there was nothing realistic at all about Saved by the Bell. And it was so cheesy and stupid. I always considered it like the TV show version of New Kids on the Block. Just it was just something I made fun of. Look at him. He's got the big couch. You don't even get the love seat? Yeah, make yourself comfortable. You're putting your sneaks on that coffee table? That's all right. That's IKEA. That shit's garbage. Look at his glasses. Oh, my God.
First of all, beyond all this disrespect, thank you for inviting me to the VIP lounge. You're very welcome. I'm happy to have you.
We got the VIP lounge right now, Tracy. We got MVP and Theory. Theory must defend his U.S. title in the Elimination Chamber. We've had qualifying matches all night for that. Gargano and Rollins are in.
I'm here to help you reinvent it and actually make the VIP lounge relevant, just like you.
Like, are those 1980s giant sunglasses, or not just giant glasses, are those making a comeback? Are those in again? Those are Gorilla Monsoon glasses that Theory is wearing.
Theory live. You know what? Even better? Shut up.
Saved by the Bell sucked, Juliet.
Even better. Get rid of the VIP lounge and just call it Austin Theory Live.
If you want some good watching, I'm telling you, man, watch Zach Morris's Trash. Look it up. Watch every episode.
I mean, I am a classic. No, you're not old enough to be a classic yet. But let's go ahead and
You're not old enough to be a classic yet. Yeah, you're just a child, Theory.
presents Austin Theory Live. Sounds like money to me.
Theory is wearing, I mean, aside from the buttons being way too unbuttoned, he's wearing the most normal outfit that that men wear now. Like, that's actually how I dress if I'm dressing somewhere nice, like collared shirt. I'm not tucking it in. Although I got to check out his shoes. If he's got those short pants and he's not wearing socks, we're going to have a problem. But otherwise, that's the most normal I've seen any male wrestler dress.
Oh, I suck. You shut up because I am the champ.
The champ is here.
Speaking of champ, did MVP just call me champ?
Ooh.
Call you champ.
Okay. Are they going to set up MVP and Theory for the title?
You're the same man that caused Bobby
Don't forget, MVP held that very title for a long time.
week. You said that Bobby Lashley, your champ,
Oh, no. Maybe it's going to be Lashley.
You know Bobby you know what? I'm just messing with you, P. Let's talk about the Elimination Chamber. Let's talk about it. Okay,
Let's talk about it.
It's hard to survive. That's true. But me, I survived the Elimination Chamber. I was in the most grueling
I'm kind of digging the glasses. Reminds me of the 80s.
off the top of the Elimination Chamber.
He looks like a cross between Gorilla Monsoon and an old lady out to lunch with her friends who wants a separate check and water with lemon.
Want to know why? Because I am the ruthlessness that the new generation needs, and no amount of aggression can stop me. No, I like this. I like that confidence, man.
Theory does have a
I understand where you're at right now psychologically because I was
confidence to him that he didn't have before.
brash United States champion, and I too was in the Elimination Chamber, and the Undertaker threw me off the top of the pie. So I understand that right now you are terrified. You are scared out of your wits, but you're doing a good job, just like I did, not letting anyone know it. But you never know who's going to be in that chamber.
Yeah.
Is that you threatening me? No.
Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me?
A warning.
Remember when Beavis used to say that?
Game, kid. Putting me up on game. You're putting me up on game trying to compare Bobby Lashley to The Undertaker? Bobby Lashley is more dangerous than The Undertaker to you. More dangerous to me. Well, that's great. I'm glad Bobby Lashley is more dangerous because I've already beaten him twice. And you want to know something else?
Theory.
United States Championship will be defended in the Elimination Chamber, and Bobby Lashley is not going to be in it. So let's talk about something that's not the past. Okay, no problem.
I don't hate Theory, man.
Bobby Lashley and I are no longer business partners, so I'm not at liberty to speak on his behalf. However, I know him well, and I think that for your health, if you should survive the Elimination Chamber still champion. My health? Yes, your health. MVP cares about my health. Just a little bit. You do? Well, you should be worried about your health.
Guys,
More importantly,
Austin Theory's kind of a star.
about Bobby Lashley's health. Because everybody in the
I'm sorry. It's true.
that Bobby Lashley is your meal ticket. And your meal ticket is about to get chewed up by Brock.
What's a mill ticket? M-I-L-L? It's a mill. Oh, here comes Lashley. I don't know if Brock is here too. I don't think that he is. I don't feel like this is a trip Brock would have made. It's like, I don't need to be there. I'll still work with Lashley at Mania. Plenty of time to set that up. I'll be in my Canadian retreat if you need me. You're not even supposed to be here, Lashley. Oh, listen to your daddy. Nope, you shouldn't have said that. He's even wearing sneakers. I don't even hate his shoes. Even though sneakers with dress clothes is always weird to me. At least it's not the no sock thing that I hate. Interesting pattern on those leather couches. You got the crisscross bullshit on them. Oh, he's going to lift up. I love it. I love this. You asked for it, bitch. Oh, no. Oh, nice. Theory gets out of there. Pulls MVP in front, who eats a spear. Good stuff. I like Theory, man. I'm telling you. Sometimes it's obvious. Like, sometimes you can just see it. I'm like, of course they're going to push this dude. He's exactly what they want. He's exactly what they like. And he delivers. He's delivered in his matches. He's delivered in his segments, in his promos. Ever since that burial, that loss of the Money in the Bank briefcase, everything they've done with him has been right. Unbelievable.
With Edge. You know what? I thought he would have had enough by now, but clearly not. Byron, you know I'm not hard to find.
We're gonna get Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley mixing it up here. I predict that during Balor and Edge, Rhea will get involved, Beth Phoenix will get involved, and we will set up Rhea Ripley and Beth Phoenix into the Elimination Chamber one-on-one. That's what I would do.
Cody Rhodes has been stealing from me for years. So tonight, he's getting taxed because Finn Balor is coming to collect.
I like the Judgment Day's colors are babyface Undertaker colors.
Finn Balor
Look at Dominic.
Edge is in his rearview mirror, and Balor better be focused on the task at hand as he goes one-on-one for the first time ever with the men's Royal Rumble match.
I mean, I look at Dominic, and I know a lot of people have a lot of complaints about him, but I also think back in the day to David Flair and how bad he sucked in the ring, but how he did really try, and he had a character that had purpose and meaning and kind of got over to a degree on Nitro. And I think that Dominic is a lot like that, you know, even better even. I think he's better in the ring. Dominic's not great in the ring, and I think he's a lot less capable than a lot of the main roster stars. But he's better than David Flair was. You know, and David kind of had the thing with Tori Wilson, and Dominic's got the deal with Rhea.
What he's being asked to do is just torturous to him. For every no you give us, hundreds of thousands of people are going to die. It's just a deep dive into emotions and conflict. Time's running out on the world.
But people fucking flipped out that night, and I know I was fine with it. That night that Theory lost the Money in the Bank. I can't believe they did that, and they screwed him over, and they buried him or whatever. And I'm like, well, think about where he was. Where were they with him previously? They were in a spot where nothing he was doing was connecting. Fans didn't like him. He was Vince's pet project. Vince was on TV with him, and he was a channel changer. You know, so they shed that skin. You know, that's it. You know. I'm like, let's see where they go after this. And then all of a sudden, you know, he had this complete change of attitude. Like that loss, that experience, that humiliation, embarrassment changed him. And he's been uber focused ever since. And literally every segment, match, or any sort of segment that he's been in on TV has been a fucking home run. Yeah, David Flair was with Stacy Keibler for a short time, wasn't he? That was pretty crazy. It's like they are on opposite ends of the hotness scale. That is a 4, Dayton a 10, and that is very strange and very rare to see. But David Flair did it. So props to him. It's all about that scale, man. Stick close to your number. Don't stray from your number. Be within 2 points of your own self, wherever you rank on the scale. And you should have a meaningful relationship. If you're a 2 and you got a 10, you're going to have a long road ahead of you and a really long life. It's cheesy. It's loaded. It's cheesy. I forget his name. What's his name doing the narration there? Craig, the big guy from The Office and all the Judd Apatow movies. I love him. He was the guy who got his foot shot off in Pineapple Express. Oh, good stuff. Dominic's the best. I love Dominic. He's come into his own. He looks like such a little twerp when he first started coming in, working with Ray and stuff like that. All of this, you know, being able to work, you know, and kind of emulate the style of his dad first. And then he's got the Eddie and China vibes with Rhea. And then he's got Conan after he spends time in the clink. I love it. Ma and Yaz. I love Maya Rudolph. If you want to see a great Maya Rudolph movie, Idiocracy. Luke Wilson. Watch Idiocracy. Andy, who do I think Roman faces at the Elimination Chamber? I think Sami Zayn. It's got to be Sami Zayn. It's either Sami Zayn or nobody. But they've really set themselves up perfectly here since now they've revealed that the Chamber is going to be for the U.S. title, because that means Roman's now not going to defend the title in the Chamber. So that just leaves him open for a one-on-one match or no match at all. And I think it'll likely be set up on SmackDown, since Elimination Chamber, you have to remember, is in Montreal. How do you not do Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn? And, maybe Jey Uso is in Sami Zayn's corner or something. I don't know if we see Kevin Owens before this. Maybe he stays off TV completely, and Jey will be the one backing up Sami against Roman Reigns. Major dissension in the bloodline, but then when the match happens, Jey finally turns on Sami, reunites with the bloodline, helps Roman finish off Sami or whatever. And then maybe they're beating his ass, Kevin Owens comes out and makes the save and runs him off. And then you have Jimmy and Jey Uso taking on Sami and Kevin at WrestleMania for the tags, and that's kind of the direction that we kind of felt like they were going to go in, dating all the way back to Survivor Series at War Games. We had a lot of that kind of figured out and planned out in our heads, but the popularity of the Sami Zayn bloodline angle made us think that maybe they could change things and actually put Sami in a higher position. But looks like they're staying with their original plan here. And unlike Vince McMahon, Triple H, if he is going to stick to his guns and not change course and say, no, we can do this the way we planned, but we can book it in a way to where we don't run into the same problems we've ran into before. I don't even, what is Miz yelling about? He's in the ring screaming about something. So all the fears we have about, oh shit, the fans might turn on Cody, or they're going to want Sami or whatever. This isn't 2015. Things aren't booked the same. I think Triple H could potentially recognize those problems. I have got to mute the Miz because I don't care what he's saying. But I think Triple H could recognize those possibilities and maybe book accordingly. And that's something that I trust Triple H to do more than Vince McMahon, is that Triple H might say, yeah, we want to stay the course, but we also want to recognize that, we might have some fan issues or backlash if we do things a certain way. So we have to be careful about how we book it and we present it to the audience as they don't feel cheated or slighted or whatever. And I feel confident that Triple H can do that. I did not even, Miz was pissing me off there. He was screaming and yelling. I don't care what he's mad about. Miz sucks. What's your fucking problem, Miz? Is he mad about not being in the Elimination Chamber or something? Oh, who's this? Who? Boogs! Boogs is back. We talked about him showing up at the Royal Rumble. He's been injured for about a year. Damn, he looks jacked. Yeah, it was WrestleMania when he blew out his knee or whatever, right? So it looks like they're going to make Boogs a singles star here and not reunite him with Nakamura, which is perfectly fine. This looks like a very early version of Rick Boogs. They're going to have to work on this. And all these things that he's doing is going to have to get over. Look at the Miz. He's like, Boogs. Yeah, by the looks of Boogs, he could fuck you up, Miz. Fuck your wife. Yeah, you're in a suit.
You're always telling everybody how awesome you are, and I can't think of a better way to prove it. As a matter of fact, referee, if you would join me, you can prove it right now, because this man...
Tito, you're unbelievably cute right now.
Listen to this bureaucrat trying to get himself a t-shirt. No one likes you, Adam Pearce. This is
Tito's under my feet. He's grabbing my foot like this with his paws. And like he's like holding. Well, don't hurt me. There you go. That's all he's going to get is one little... At least take your jacket off. Jesus Christ. Have you ever worn a double-breasted suit? Unless I am a groomsman or a best man at a wedding, I will never wear a suit again for the rest of my life. I hate them. I hate the way they feel on me. I don't like wearing them. I fucking think ties are stupid. I hate them. Hate them. Only if I have no choice. I will never voluntarily wear a suit. Oh, he's just going to lift Miz up. His ties, his shoes are falling off. Our pets' heads are falling off. Yeah, he looked like, yeah, he's just swinging them around. I mean, Boogs is super strong. Wow. Oh. Miz got beat. So that means next week, Miz will come out. He'll be mad again. I didn't get a fair shake. And he will get a rematch against Boogs. But this time is regular Miz, and he'll lose again. Is he going to come out with a guitar again? If he's just going to air guitar the whole time. They got to try to get something over where the whole audience is air guitaring. Like, I think that's what the plan is for Boogs. So he's got to work on that. It's not going to happen in the first week. Find something that works, connects. Next thing you know, 20,000 people will be air guitaring. Oh, it's the male models. But why male models? It's perfect. What's she talking about?
Everybody in the entire world is talking about this. The finale at the main event of the Royal Rumble. We're going to look back at what went down with Sami Zayn and the Bloodline next on Monday Night Raw.
There's no time to deliberate. The road to WrestleMania is here. It's time to show your allegiance. It's time to make your choice clear. To make your
Miz, the Hall of Fame jobber. It kind of feels like that's what he is sometimes. I kind of forgot the male models were not on Raw. They are on SmackDown, aren't they? So I guess they have maybe jumped. Or does it matter? But why male models? Really? I just told you. Is Otis in the models? That would be great. Otis is is sharp, though, isn't he? He usually dresses very well. He looks good. He always wears, like, a gold chain. He's got a nice, I don't know, some sort of nice suede material. Everything that man wears probably has to be custom made for him. And he spares no expense, that Omos. I think it was I forgot who it was. I think it was the Deadlock boys, or Homo sapiens, which is kind of funny. Shout out to Tony, the pizza guy, and Pulse, who follow me on Twitter. They're awesome.
It's not a pizza, it's a milk. And for $6.99, it's just for you.
She's not Kat Medina delivering pizza in her 2000.
It's going to be 2 on the chamber. Jimmy can't go into Canada. Jimmy might have some travel issues going in there. Well, even without the travel issues, I expected the whole situation to be with Jay. Jay probably being the one to back up Sammy, but we need to get confirmation on that Jimmy can't go to Canada thing, because I think Jimmy still needs to be there in some way. And it needs to be about the Usos and
Try again, America. Since we all
Owens and Sammy.
me, it only makes sense that I rename
Maybe WWE can call Canada and be like, look, he's really sorry. He feels bad. We've talked to him. Can you let him in so he can work this angle with Sami Zayn? Canadians are supposed to be nice, right? And then they'll be like, yeah, sure. Oh, you said Omos in the models. I thought you said Otis in the models. I thought that meant or you said Omos. Sorry, I misread that. I had the chat in a small window, Ryan, and I misread Otis for Omos. Let me make that larger so I can actually read it. There we go. Oh, yeah, Otis. Oh, now Miz is in a weird commercial. Victor, Raw's been okay. How have you guys felt about Raw so far? Cody had his promo. We got some nice-looking matchups. We already had Rollins and Gable. We have Cody taking on Finn Balor later on. Rhea Ripley has chosen Charlotte as her opponent at WrestleMania, which I think is awesome. Opening up the door now for perhaps Asuka and Bianca. Ha, Vash. Thank you, Steven, for that. Appreciate it. We're not really doing a podcast right now. We're just doing a hangout, but I do appreciate it. We do a lot of podcasting on the channel. We try our best here, trying to balance this YouTube channel with, you know, life and career. If we can triple our subscribers, I'll do this full time. Just got to help me. If all of you tell 3 friends to subscribe, that should do it, right? Oof. So good. All this stuff was so fucking good. You could tell, like, Sammy, when he stepped in the way, Elizabeth style. And then Roman's like, okay, then why don't you do it? You should do it. So great. I mean, call back to the Shield, the way he hit Roman like that. Oh, my God. One of my favorite endings to a WWE pay-per-view of all time, ever. And it didn't even end with a match finish. It ended with an angle. And there it is. Boom. He had no choice. Jay, all that stuff. And then Sammy executed. I mean, they tore his shirt off. They dropped the flower petals around him. I mean, it was so good. I didn't realize Heyman, you guys saw the picture of Heyman floating around from the airport. He's just in a gigantic suit looking like Barney. He had a walking boot on, though, so I don't think he was wearing it in this match, but he looks like he's got a bum leg. Steven Escalante, I've not watched The Last of Us. I've been hearing a lot about it. I think that's a show I better wait until it gets like multiple seasons in. That way I can just bust them all out. So I was curious. I think I asked the question you guys in the review the other night if we were going to see Roman and the Bloodline on Monday or if they were going to just focus on Cody and Rhea and then we'll do all that on Friday. And I guess we have our answer. Tito, you are the best, buddy. Can I have my foot back? Are you done with it? Thanks. I like Bayley. She's the best. Yeah, everybody's been talking about it. I didn't know, is it like an apocalyptic type of show or something? When I saw The Last of Us, there was that other show that was on that was Us, and it was just about like couples and relationships. So every time I've seen people tweet about that, I've just assumed it was a show like that I wouldn't want to watch anyway. But I think I've got it wrong. I think this is some sort of like everybody's dead and there's like 5 people left or something. Is that kind of what it's about? But every show I watch, I knock out so many seasons. I don't think I can handle just watching one season. I've been doing that with Cobra Kai.
Did you guys really think I was gonna leave the building without talking about that? What's that?
Well, you know Becky's going to come out here, right?
I don't suck because I know you suck on the Tron, and I know.
Oh, Last of Us is a video game made into a show? I had no idea. Wow.
Everybody is talking about how Damage Control took out.
Well, I don't know if I'll understand any references in the show, but I'll still maybe watch it.
It felt so good. It felt so good. We had so much.
Oh, zombie apocalypse. See, I don't like zombies. It took enough for me to watch Stranger Things, which I did love. But I don't like goblins and monsters and shit. I'm just like, zombie movies, I don't watch them. I'm not scared by them. I think they're silly. There's no such thing as zombies, and a zombie apocalypse will never happen. And
I gotta say, my personal favorite was when I single-handedly eliminated your man, Becky Lynch.
single-handedly. Everybody does everything in wrestling single-handedly. Did you ever notice that? It's always single-handedly. It's not multi-handed ever. It's single-handed every time. Every time.
Obsession that she has with Damage Control is finally done because I beat her. We beat her up.
Here comes Becky. So Bayley's been flapping her gums for a while. We knew that Becky would come out. This match was completely scrapped from last week's show. I do kind of like this old classic Becky. She's back to the long hair, the leather jacket. She didn't have that crazy shit on anymore that she was wearing last year. She's kind of like normal-ass Becky.
Shut up, Bayley, you stupid fool. No, we're not done. We're not done until the man says we're done. See, what you're forgetting, Bayley, is I already won the Royal Rumble. I didn't need to win it this year. I just needed to make sure you and your girls didn't.
Yeah, sure. That sounds like another excuse to me, Becky.
Oh, excuse
Is Becky literally saying I didn't want to win the Rumble?
people of a steel cage match. Excuses is attacking me for the bell because you were too scared. Excuses is doing whatever you can to avoid going one-on-one because you don't want to have to admit that I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Shut pipe down, you idiots.
Pipe down, you idiots.
You think I'm making excuses? No, Becky. I'm smart, okay? Read a book or something.
Yeah, read a book, Becky.
Tulsa knows.
Tulsa, I don't know how many books they read in Tulsa. I'm not sure about that.
On your high horse and have to make everything about you.
I don't think reading is high on their priorities in those parts.
It is my birthday.
It is your birthday. Happy birthday, Becky. How old is Becky today? Like 35-ish?
That it's your birthday, Becky. You don't tell me where to be, when to be there, or what to do, okay? I'm not these idiots. I don't suck up to you. Because I know you. And I don't like you, Rebecca.
Yeah, Chaz, I never watched Walking Dead either, so I don't know anything about zombies.
You're not good enough for all of this. You're not good enough to be champion again. You're not.
I never saw Dawn of the Dead or Shaun of the Dead, and I don't know any. I'm completely illiterate to the zombie genre.
You're not even good enough for your husband, Seth freaking
What?
Rollins.
You're not even good enough for your husband. No, she is.
You don't know? I mean,
Becky is definitely good enough for Seth. I promise you, Bayley.
because he knocked you up.
Oh, he knocked her up. It's the only reason they got married is because he knocked her up. Is that what Bayley just said? That's hilarious. They did have a shotgun wedding, I think. Did they? Or maybe they didn't. I think they might have.
And after all this time, Bailey, I thought we were only fighting over wrestling.
And now you got to go and get personal.
Whatever this is,
Becky should be like, at least I got him, man.
once friendship,
Does Bayley have a man?
animosity, this bitterness you have towards me. It all started 10 years ago in NXT in Orlando. So what do you say next week in Orlando?
In Orlando. Okay.
Where it began.
Nathan, shout out to you, man. You'll be there, right?
Steel cage match once and for all.
Okay, we're going to do the steel cage match again next week in Orlando, where it all began. Oh, Bayley says no. No chance.
I thought you would say that. Hang on, I'll be right back.
She's going to go get Adam Pearce.
She's gonna go find some more excuses. Another excuse. She's gonna find another reason why she thinks she's better than me. Come on, Becky. I don't have time for this. I need to leave this crappy city.
I need to leave this crappy city. Oh, she's got... Oh, she's going to threaten to... Oh, Dakota must be hurt. Dakota must be hurt. Are they going to injure her out? Are they going to write her off here?
So, what's it gonna be, Bailey?
What's it gonna be?
Shush.
Shush, Dakota.
Talking, be quiet. What's it gonna be, Bailey? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, Bayley actually saves her friend, a heel. I thought a heel would be like, ah, fuck it, break her leg. I don't care.
And now next week you can bring your friends along with you. But you might want to go check on EO in the back right now.
Oh, she got to EO too. Good for Becky. See, I was thinking somebody mentioned earlier about Dakota Kai being injured. I thought maybe this was they were going to do her leg here and get her off TV. They might still. Poor Dakota. Becky got to her. Becky isn't exactly being a babyface right now. Well, in terms of revenge, she kind of is, you know. At the end of the day, what would have been worse if she would have gone ahead and broke Dakota's ankle after Bayley agreed to the match and just did it anyway for fun. That would have been a heelish move. But Becky is blaming Damage Control for the loss of the cage match last week instead of where the blame belongs, and that's on Triple H and people booking the show. But in kayfabe, it's Damage Control's fault. So Becky is hell-bent on getting that match, and as revenge, she's going to get her some of Dakota Kai and use that as a way to force Bayley's hand and agree to the match. So I think it's okay. I think it's within the confines of what a modern-day wrestling babyface would do. I don't think it's too over the line. Like I said, if she would have gone ahead and broken the ankle of Dakota after Bayley agreed, then it would have been like, okay.
Your morning coffee. Hot, delicious, comforting. But by the third or fourth cup, your stomach might feel a little acidic. If you have acidity after your first cup,
I don't think Bayley is married. I don't know her relationship status,
coffee in the morning
but I don't think she's married.
after, your stomach will thank you.
But Bayley's the best. Hopefully she's got somebody cool in her life because Bayley is awesome and she deserves happiness. Unfortunately, I'm taken, so she's kind of on her own. But hopefully, you know, other than me, there's got to be at least a half dozen other decent guys in the world. You know, so I think there's like, I don't know, maybe 7-ish of us now these days. I think at last count, the last census said that there was 7 of us. So Bayley still got 6 other chances. Maybe one of you guys are one of those 6. It might be Barry. I think it is Barry. All she's got to do is move to Hawaii, and her dreams are made.
face it.
Greg, how about you and Solomonster challenge for the Raw Women's Championship? Well, how the hell are we going to do that? I thought you were going to say challenge for the tags.
It's a play on my name.
I think we'd be a pretty formidable tag team. But for the women's title, shit. Do you know what would happen to me if I got in the ring with Bianca Belair? You might never see me again. And that's just me. God knows what she'd do to Jason. She'd fuck me up. I know that. You might never see either one of us again. And now you've lost 2 YouTubers because you were so irresponsible that you stuck the 2 of us in the ring with Bianca Belair or Rhea Ripley. And then you wonder why we're dead. Fucked up, Nate. Then who are y'all going to listen to? Fucking otaku? Max, Bayley should come to Jersey and you'll be her man. Well, there's one problem with that, Max, and that is she'd have to go to Jersey. That's kind of a deal breaker, I think, for anyone. What you need to do is move down to Orlando.
Tattoo Studio gel pencil liner from Maple in New York. Show up bold wherever you go. Smudge resistant. Waterproof. Up to 36-hour wear.
Okay, good, Joseph. If you find other people to listen to, that's great. Just don't book them in matches with Rhea Ripley or Bianca, or they will suffer the same fate as us.
My buddies and I help those in need. Make a hell of a team. It might get dangerous.
I have no sneaking around.
What is this stupid show? The only time I ever see commercials or shit advertising shows is when I watch wrestling, because I don't watch any TV other than that. Oh, it's Magnum PI. Holy crap. How about that? It's another show I grew up with. Magnum PI. He would always wear the Detroit Tigers hat. Oh, what beer? This local brewery. Central Coast 805. Or California beer. They're everywhere. They're really easy to drink. I don't even know what doesn't even say what the alcohol percentage is on these guys. Yeah, they're light. They're 5. It's like a Stella. Oh, it's Paso Robles. Cool. Firestone Walker. I think Bayley, she might be from like the Chico area, maybe up north a little bit, I think. This guy, this Hardy guy. This Hardy boy. I did like how they beefed up the Women's Rumble with a lot of great talent at once. Like, it took 11 women to get Nia Jax out. And when you look at who the 11 were, like, it's a pretty good-looking roster they have there, you know? Hi, Kathy. Moment of silence, number 2 for Kathy Kelly. Oh, Adam Pearce has an announcement.
2 huge announcements. First and foremost, I am ecstatic to announce it. It is official for next week. Bayley,
Okay.
Becky Lynch,
Bayley, Becky Cage, next week, official. Orlando.
happening next week here in Raw. And as if that's not big enough, as we know, Rhea Ripley's decided to face the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair at
Okay.
WrestleMania. So who faces Bianca Belair?
Yeah, who faces Bianca?
Championship? That decision is left to me, and I am proud to announce that we will figure that out at Elimination Chamber.
Okay, good.
6 women will enter that chamber, and the winner faces Bianca.
All right, so as we suspected, the Women's Chamber will determine the challenger for the other championship, which will be for Bianca's title. Now that Rhea has selected Charlotte.
Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, and Asuka have already qualified. But wait, there's more. Also,
But wait, there's more.
we will qualify the first of the 2 last competitors to enter that chamber by a fatal 4-way match. Mi Chan, Candice LeRae,
Mi Chan.
Piper Niven, and the returning Carmella will all square off in a
Carmella,
4-way match.
Piper,
All of this
Michin, and somebody else.
on Monday Night Raw from Orlando. It is huge.
Up. Hello, Chelsea Green.
Are you the manager?
Are you the manager? Are you the manager?
I know your name. I'm just wondering if you're the person I speak to about the unacceptable accommodations that you have given me.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Gosh, I think nobody told you.
Are they going to hire your husband? Because they should.
I am Chelsea Green. Where's the private dressing room?
Oh, she's doing the double J gimmick.
Chocolate.
She's got to have the only
Immediately.
green M&Ms or something.
let's go get you some Swiss chocolate.
Let's get you some Swiss chocolate. He's got to have Fiji water because it just tastes better.
There from WWE official Adam Pearce, including this. 2 weeks from Saturday in Montreal, Quebec.
Oh, so we already have some already in this? So Liv, Nikki, Asuka, and Raquel, they're just grandfathered in, or grandmothered in. And now we have 2 more spots to be filled. Fatal 4-way qualifying match. Candice, Michin, Carmella, and Piper. Shout out to Triple H at the Royal Rumble. I marked out when Piper Niven showed back up. And Doudrop was gone, and Piper is here. And then right after Piper comes out, Tamina comes out, and we get Piper and Snuka as the face-off in the ring. Oh, that was so awesome. All right, here comes Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is a guy that just seems like completely mentally checked out of wrestling, but just still can come in and just wrestle a banger whenever needed. He's like, I'm just here. I got a great job. I make money. I'm not ever going to win the title. It's not a big deal. I don't care. I do comedy shows. I'm into politics. I do all this other stuff. And they're never going to fire me. So, look at Mustafa with the brown hair. He looks like, no, he doesn't look like her because he's not nearly as pretty. But Heidi Gardner, SNL. She was on the Weekend Update last night with Creed. What's his name? Michael B. Jordan. She's giving Kathy Kelly a run for her money. Let's just say that. Bronson. Oh, yeah, Bronson. Nice. Bronson and Ziggler. Okay. I'm so happy Bronson's back.
What an impact Bronson Reed has had on Monday Night Raw. Who forget the scenes taking out Akira Tozawa, decapitating Tozawa.
He's another guy. He's a lot like Rick Boogs, I think, who's just got to be given some time, TV time. Needs to have a really good match or some sort of banger that gets attention. Being in there with Ziggler isn't the worst opponent to have. Yeah, Ziggler might be about to get squashed here. Look at, he's trying hard. It was one of those NXT shows when Bronson wore like the Bigelow, the Bam Bam Bigelow themed gear, which was awesome.
Which of these 2 men will be the next to join the madness? Dolph Ziggler out of the gate incredibly fast, utilizing his experience and speed advantage.
We haven't really had another Bam Bam yet. I don't think Bronson really... Oh, my God. I don't think he really qualifies, but he's kind of close. He doesn't have the same type of agility, and he has a totally different body shape than Bam Bam. But he does have a little more athleticism than most big guys. So that's going to naturally draw a comparison.
Makes it look so easy. You told me earlier when I get to the Elimination Chamber, I won't be there with 5 superstars.
Because a guy like Bam Bam was very different than a guy like John Tenta, you know, in terms of their style and stuff. Very different than a guy like the One Man Gang.
Kick out by Ziggler. You're not going to find any quit inside Dolph Ziggler, but Bronson Reed's going to do his best to extract some.
His shoulders are just unreal.
Ziggler just wearing the show off down. And Dolph knows full well, despite his decorated amateur wrestling background, when it comes to grappling with someone as strong as Bronson Reed, as a former power lifter, your skill set's only going to take you so far. If you're Dolph Ziggler, what exactly are you thinking right now against this new threat? Dolph is a veteran.
I'll tell you what. I would like to see maybe WWE bringing Nia Jax back in for her to job to Piper Niven. You know, battle of the big women. You know, just like how you have battle of the big men all the time. When you put two giants against each other, do that with them, and have Piper beat her because Piper's better.
Kicked out by Reed. Take another look at this. Ziggler spiking the colossal Bronson Reed on top of his dome, and Reed is back up and knocking teeth from dome.
Oh, Nate, you meant when I was talking about when you said us challenging for the women's titles or something, you meant to say tag team titles? Well, that makes more sense. For a minute there, I just thought you were being cruel. And you wanted to see a couple of popular YouTube personalities go away because you didn't like us anymore. So I'm glad to know that I was mistaken. Yeah, Bronson is more one-man gang than he is Bam Bam, but he's more athletic than one-man gang, I think. Gang was pretty good. But Bronson, he can do that top rope splash, man. Nobody could do that. Fuck, even Bam Bam wasn't doing that. I mean, he's got more of that, something that, like, Rikishi would do, you know? This has just got to be a nightmare of a bump to take to be on the receiving end of this. And I do kind of like the way he came off the top rope there. It was, Bam Bam would do the headbutt like that. He wouldn't really stand on the top rope for very long. He'd just kind of go up to the second rope, stand on the top, and then boom, and then come down. And Bronson, see, look. He kind of delivered the splash the same way Bam Bam delivered the headbutt. So maybe he does have some Bam Bam comparisons in him. Now, can we just shave his head and tattoo flames on it? So it is Theory defending his title against Rollins, Gargano, Bronson Reed, and two more spots that will probably be filled in on SmackDown. Then next week on Raw or next week on SmackDown, we're going to get a tag team match. Both the men and the women will do this. The tag match will be 3-on-3, 3 faces, 3 heels, or something.
This Friday, as one moon begins, is another.
Yeah, I kind of think Big Frank's right. Theory I have retaining in the chamber. All right, we are into our final commercial break here. I'm going to step away for 10 seconds.
Friday night SmackDown, live this Friday, 8/7 Central, only on Fox. You like it, don't you?
Oh, you got it.
This is an intervention.
That's not normal.
Normal doesn't work in this family.
Chrisley Knows Best. All new episodes. Next Monday at 11 on USA.
To help protect from HIV, I prep without pills.
All right, we are back.
A prescription medicine used to reduce the risk of HIV without
King Asa, do I think the Bloodline will attack Cody tonight? No, I don't think Bloodline will get involved tonight. I think if they were going to have the Bloodline on the show, they would probably want to advertise that for ratings. However, they could have Solo. I just don't think Roman is going to be there. I think if Roman was on the show tonight, we would have already known that. We would have gotten a face-off with Cody and Roman. I think they could come out, but I think that tonight is going to be focused mostly around the Judgment Day and Edge and Beth Phoenix. So I think Edge and Beth Phoenix will show up in the Cody and Balor match to even the odds a little bit. And I think that they're going to do Beth Phoenix against Rhea Ripley at the Elimination Chamber one-on-one. That's what I think they're going to do, and Ripley's going to beat her. That's what I think they should do. But we'll see. Well, yeah, Big Frank, we know we're going to get Sami and Owens versus the Usos for the tag team titles. That's going to take place at WrestleMania. I think Sami Zayn is probably going to get a one-on-one match with Roman Reigns at the Elimination Chamber that will level off things there, putting Jay back with the Bloodline, and Owens will return to back up Sammy, and that'll take them into WrestleMania to face the Usos. And like I said earlier, if we can get DIY against Owens and Zayn at SummerSlam, I'd be a happy fucking camper, man. That would be great. Victor, Cody did tweet out, maybe on Instagram, I don't know where it was today, but he did post a photo of the Winged Eagle title. It's off camera right now, but I'm looking at it right over there on the wall. Beautiful thing. I think it would look good on Cody. I'm trying to like envision it. I think it would look really good. I would hate to be a WWE wrestler and have to go to a bunch of photo shoots wearing my shit. Like Drew's got to wear his gear. Miz had to wear all that nonsense in that commercial he was in. What a pain in the ass. All the AEW talent went to the Jaguars playoff game, and they were all in their gear. Like Britt and Jade and everybody was like wearing their gear. I'm like, can't you just wear regular clothes? Got to wear your gear? That's some shit WWE would do. I was surprised that Tony Khan made them go in their gear.
Don't do your taxes. Meet with an expert who will do them for you, so you can do not taxes.
Yeah, most people are kind of assuming, Dale, that it's going to be Roman and Sammy for the championship. It's going to be a title match. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think anybody was really doubting that. But yeah, that's kind of the direction they're going to go in, and that will pay off that angle before you get to WrestleMania, which hopefully will work, against the fans turning on Cody, getting all that done, and setting up Owens and Zayn against the Usos, and they're doing it right. Plus, Sammy needs that match. It's got to be Sammy and Roman after everything that's been going on with them. You have to do that. Moment of silence number 3 for Kathy Kelly.
My guest at this time, returning from a 7-month absence to Raw, Carmella.
Carmella is back.
Well, Carmella, I might need a little more excitement from you, a little more enthusiasm. I'm Carmella.
I'm Carmella. I'm more of a Kathy Kelly guy than I am a Carmella guy.
And I am back, baby. I'm back.
She's back. I like the dark hair on Carmella. Looks good.
Because next week, I'm going to win that fatal 4-way match and earn my spot in the Elimination Chamber. Because Mella is money. And there is not a single woman in that locker. Oh, are you trying to welcome me back?
Asuka, look at her.
All right, let me guess.
Look at her with the gloves and the glasses.
No, Asuka. You're not ready for me. Because you can paint your face up however you want.
Carmella, Asuka would beat the shit out of you. I hope you know that. Ooh, she got blue teeth? Oh, it's the mist. Ew, yeah, right, ew. Ew, it's dripping all on her. This new Asuka. Carmella's back. Look, he's telling Corey Carmella's back. Hey, Carmella's back. Oh, good. I was wondering where she was. My wife's been missing for months. Maybe she'll come home tonight. Been hoping. I'll go ahead and call the cops and tell them that I have found her and to stop the search. Yeah, I'd forgotten about Boogs getting hurt like that. Somebody mentioned him the other night when we were watching the Rumble. They're like, oh, Boogs could be in the Rumble. I'm like, oh, yeah, Boogs. He was around for such a short time that by the time he got injured in this last year, I kind of forgot about him. I'm like, oh, yeah. It's great to see him back. He looks like a bartender who used to work for me named Dave. And Dave was kind of a crazy person, too. He looks just like him, talks like him. It might be him. Did you work for me in 2005? Actually, it's probably more like 07. Look at Elias. Oh, man, Elias and Boogs. Elias is not into it. Could we get an Elias and Boogs tag team? They kind of seem like they would fit. They might have to feud first. I think we might have to get a Boogs and Elias feud before we get a Boogs and Elias team. But eventually, if they have a jam session together, and Elias is singing and Boogs is shredding, man. Yeah, you got all the potential to be a great artist, Boogs. He's booging out. But Elias and Boogs might have some interesting competitions in the gym, huh? Montez against Elias. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. They're doing Elias and Montez next week. I forgot that the U.S. title is a Raw championship. I had said earlier, I'm like, oh, the other two will probably be determined on SmackDown. Nope, that's wrong. They're going to be determined next week on Raw. Dawkins and Priest, Montez and Elias will be your final two matches next week on Raw to round out the U.S. title field. Which makes me wonder, are they going to do three? They're not going to do three chamber matches, are they? They're not going to do one of these for the IC, are they? Feels like they might. They might have Gunther defend in there as well. That would put three chamber matches on the pay-per-view. That's a bit much. It's a bit much for me, anyway. Not sure if you want that. Two separate qualifying matches for the Profits. Could this be the breakup? It could be, especially if you have one qualify, one doesn't. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens, because Montez has the Elias matchup. I can easily see Montez beating Elias, perhaps even with some help from Rick Boogs, kicking off the Elias and Boogs feud that will lead to Elias and Boogs tag team. That's what I'm predicting they're going to do there. And then, of course, Dawkins has to face Damian Priest, who Damian Priest, I think, is, a little bit higher up on the totem pole maybe than Dawkins is, especially in singles. And I can see Montez getting in, beating Elias, and Dawkins not getting in, losing to Priest. I don't think you would have both of the Street Profits in there. I think having Montez in there will be a good test for WWE to get a look at him in singles, see how he does by himself, performing in there alone with no Dawkins. That's what I feel like they're doing with them. Montez is going to fly off something. He's going to be off the pod. He's going to hang from the fucking top and do a 740 on his way down or something ridiculous. He's going to do something. Montez is going to do something in that match. For sure. Yeah, there was some chatter about the IC being defended in the chamber, and if they're going to do it with the U.S., it makes you wonder why they would make that decision to do it with the U.S. and not the IC. So that does make you wonder if there's going to be a SmackDown presence, because there's got to be, now that you think about it, because so far both of these chamber matches are Raw matches. You got for the U.S. title, and you have the match to decide who's going to face Bianca. So that means on the SmackDown side of things, you're going to have a SmackDown chamber, right? So I bet you there will be three. You're probably going to get a SmackDown chamber match for the IC, and then the other big SmackDown match will be your Roman Reigns against Sami Zayn. So those will be the two big matches featured for SmackDown. And then Raw, I guess, will have the two chamber matches, and potentially Ripley and Beth. I guess that's what they're going to do. But I think three chamber matches is a lot, so they might not do that. But SmackDown is going to have, they're going to have an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view with no SmackDown wrestlers involved in Elimination Chamber matches. That seems weird, right? So it feels like they're going to have to balance it out with a possible third match. see what Twitter says. Zach, what happened with Carmella? Nothing really. She's been gone forever. She just returned in a backstage interview with Kathy Kelly and was interrupted by Asuka, who had no makeup on but had a bunch of that green mist shit in her mouth, and it was enough to scare Carmella away, and Carmella ran away and said, "Ew, gross." That's all that happened. Yeah, it feels like we might have to have a third chamber match, but I also feel like that would kind of be a lot. But it's Montreal. They'd be cool with it. That audience. I love how WWE always touts their shit. 200 million times. 99 billion served. Remember McDonald's used to count? Back when I was a kid, they used to count how many billion it's been. And then finally they just said, fuck it. And we're like, billions and billions served. But back in the day, they used to have a number in front of those billions. For those of you old enough to remember that. Oh, I kind of forgot that was the issue with Carmella. I thought it was an injury. I actually forgot about that. Well, glad she's back. All right, Cody and Balor. Cody back in the ring. First singles match since June, guys. It's kind of cool. And he's working with another guy that he's not worked with before. Before he got injured, he had a match on Raw with Kevin Owens, which I thought was awesome. And now he gets to work with Finn Balor. If Randy Orton can get back and get healthy and everything's okay with him, I'd love to see Cody and Randy. I'd love to see a torch passing with Cody beating him. And a title defense or something. Oh, look at that hug for the kids. Look at them. They're both wearing the Cody shit. Those look like a couple of kids that got to meet Cody before the show, doesn't it? 100%. Even if they weren't scheduled to meet Cody, hopefully one of the production crew caught those two kids at ringside and were like, yo, we got to get them back there and get a picture with Cody.
We're headed to Orlando, Florida. We are on the road to WrestleMania every single week. Make sure you're tuned in to Monday Night Raw. I wonder what sort of condition the American Nightmare will be in after this battle that he's about to endure.
Balor and Cody. Look at Balor strutting. You know, we had a few critiques of Judgment Day at first, remember? But when you look at these four, all four of these people have been better off being in this faction. A lot of times factions are just kind of designed to get one person over, maybe two at the most. But Priest and Dominic and Ripley arguably shouldn't have needed a faction to get people to believe in her, but, you know, she was booked in a lot of the same disappointing ways that a lot of NXT talent was. And then, of course, Balor, you know, even when he's been in and out of as the Demon, never really got back on track after getting injured when he won the Universal title. So, like, everybody has become more relevant by being in Judgment Day. Joseph, I wasn't sure. We can look up if a match between Cody and Finn exists, but I don't think it does. I feel like Balor was coming in at the same time Cody was leaving. I don't think you would have had time to get one done over there, but I could be misremembering because I'm not a Japan scholar. But I have most of the timelines down, and I'm not sure if they would have ever crossed paths there. But this is a pretty cool match to have, though, Cody and Balor. It's a good opponent for Cody, maybe even better than Seth. Look at the leftover pyro smoke. I used to remember that from the Attitude Era. I used to go to so many shows back then, and it would take so long to clear that smoke out. You could hear them turning on fans to, like, vent out. Yeah. I don't think that's the same Peck. Commercial. Yeah, Cody was there all the way until 2016, and I'm pretty sure, when did Balor come in? 15, 16? So I don't think any matches between them exist. Yeah, it had to have been 15 because Balor was winning the title by 2016. So yeah, Balor has been in the company now for about, 8 years? That is crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy to me. Like, back in the day when I was a kid, if somebody was in the company for 8 years, you'd consider that a very, very, very long time. And now it seems like a cup of coffee, man. That match between Rollins and Balor at SummerSlam feels like 2 days ago in my mind. Like, it feels really, really recent. But it's not. I was only 37 when that was going on. Jordan Carg in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. Appreciate it.
It's not a pizza, it's a milk. And for $6.99, it's just for you.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP.
I remember when WWE signed him. I remember when they were making a big deal about it, that they finally brought in Prince Devitt. And I remember when they were wrapping up his business with the Bullet Club and stuff, but that would have probably been late 14, 15, somewhere in there. Joseph Wilkins, what is going on with AJ, Greg? As far as I know, still married to CM Punk. I think they're still happy, so last I know about it.
Maybe it's just Reese's that are better.
I received this.
Balor is 41 years old. That's so crazy.
Just like a father to me. He had 2 sons and no daughters, and I have no father.
Oh my God, these Jared commercials are so annoying. And then he came to my house every day. Ugh.
My way to my husband. I love this so much because that was the first time a father.
Like, these commercials are going to make me not go to your store.
Express your extraordinary love.
They need to understand that. Somebody call Jared and let them know that
Hi again, America. Since we all love M&Ms,
their commercials are repellent.
it only makes sense that I'm renaming America's favorite chocolate candies Ma and Yas. Ma and Yas. It's a play on my name.
Some banks give you credit card rewards, but make you jump through hoops to do so. With Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount, anytime.
We're witnessing a first time ever
Nice.
Balor and Cody Rhodes in one-on-one action on main event on Raw. Cody thinking about an Alabama slam.
Yeah.
Could be struggling to deliver with it. Feel a little bit of pain in that right pectoral muscle, shoulder area. And Balor trying to target Cody's injury.
You know what? I am glad that Cody changed. I hated when he wrestled with the weight belt And I'm glad he's just coming out and giving the weight belt away now, because he would kind of wrestle with it for a little while in AEW. Eventually, he'd take it off and throw it in the crowd like mid-match or something. But I never liked that. I just thought, I'm like, why is he wearing that? Like, why is he wearing that weight belt? It's making no sense. Oh, what's going on? Oh, okay. I was like, what's going on in the crowd there? Rhea Ripley's just messing with the humanoids.
But nobody has a steadfast belief in themselves quite like the American Nightmare. But trust me, Finn Balor trying to make Cody question his decision right now. Does anyone sinister enough to really put this to the test with Cody Rhodes? It is Finn Balor.
I remember back when I was a kid, back in the day, you spoiled brat kids today, there was no replica belts. You couldn't buy them. They didn't exist. There's no such thing. Unless you had some crazy connection and you got your hands on a belt. Chances are there's no kid ever touched a championship belt before. If you would have given me one of the replicas that I own now and put those in my 1988 hands, I would have shit my pants, literally. And as a kid, I always wondered what they felt like and how heavy they were and things like that. I think my first experience of fantasizing of what a championship belt would be like was in middle school and going into the weight room, and there would be those weight belts in there. And I had one, I was holding it, and I'm like, it's leathery and shit. I'm kind of feel I put it over my shoulder, and I was like, I guess this is kind of what it's like to have a championship. Otherwise, you just got to go around your house and grab cardboard or grab whatever you can to make yourself a terrible looking fake one. Any championship belt made out of cardboard looks like shit, no matter what. But that's all you had. I don't even think my brain would have been able to comprehend a replica belt at that age. Cody diving. So all you youngins who've had replica belts available to you your whole lives, you'll never understand the mystery. Dominic, a little bit of you. I want to see a Dominic and Cody match, actually. So far, Cody is handling all of the Judgment Day on his own. He has not needed any help, but I am still expecting him to get some. Quick power slam on Balor. Poor Ripley getting Dominic up. Dominic's a mess. Priest was taken out over the barricade. And Cody has got the Judgment Day in check at the moment. Cody Cutter stopped. Oh yeah, those little toy belts they had too, but those were so flimsy and soft. They sold those in the magazines. I never had one because even in the they look like shit, but I guess they would have been better than making one from scratch. But even the toy belts are better. I have 2 toy belts hanging there just for fun, just for shits and gigs. And even those are way better than the ones than the toy belt in the 80s. They're shiny and everything.
Toyota, let's go places. Breathe in and wonder, is this helping?
It's right now, those AEW belts are, $800 on shop? I'll do it for half that. And that's still almost going to be I can't believe I'm spending $400 on a fucking toy, but at least that's reasonable. 800 is not.
Let's call a vape what it is. It's a breath of stress air. See for
It's a
yourself.
breath of stress air. Oh, God.
Come to TurboTax.
Terrible commercials on our picture-in-picture here as Balor has a good old school abdominal stretch on the Codester. Working him over. This Priest, Rhea, and Dominic are all back up on their feet now looking on. And we have 7 minutes left in the show. So when we come back from commercial, we will be getting our finish. I still think we're going to get Edge coming out. I still think we're going to get Beth Phoenix coming out. But maybe we don't. But I feel like we will. Why this guy? Are you watching the same commercial as me? Oh, that's a Bengals. That's because he's a Bengals fan, Barry. Bengals who will not be going to the Super Bowl. Philly and Kansas City. Andy Reid up against his old team. We got a couple of brothers, I think, on opposite sides there. First Super Bowl in history where both starting quarterbacks are black quarterbacks. That's awesome. I actually am surprised it's the first time, but it is. And provided, I guess, Mahomes is healthy, like, there could be some points scored in that game. So there's enough there, I guess, to be interesting. God, is that how high the replica belts are now? Every time I've bought one. No, Tracy, the ones behind me are just, it's a Winged Eagle and an AEW. They're toys, but I do have some real ones hanging up on the wall right there with a WCW belt, my IC Classic and Winged Eagle. They're over there. But some of those belts, and then when they had that Fiend belt a couple of years ago, wasn't it like $8,000 or something like that? Like, what the fuck? Who the hell is going to buy that? All right, Balor and Rhodes back full screen here. Superplex coming up. Wow. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Doing that on the middle rope, the balance. I mean, if they were flat-footed on the mat, that would be impressive enough. Like, the way he just lifted him. Balor helped out, too. But, jeez. God, Balor came down hard. Jeez. Even Dominic grimaced. Isn't it funny, and most of you who've been to live events and WWE shows, isn't it funny how different the ring sounds on TV as opposed to in person? Because they have the mat kind of mic'd in. When you're at a live show, you can hear the bumps on the mat, but it sounds completely different on camera. No. Yeah, replicas. See, $300 seems more reasonable. I got the classic IC when it was on one of those 40% off deals, and I got it for like $270 or something. Like, give me something reasonable, and maybe $240. It was a really good deal, whatever I got it for. I was more than happy with it. Oh, reversal. Sling blade to Cody. Cody's right up, though. Wow. Very cool to see this match for the first time. Balor kicks out on the super kick. And this match has felt pretty good. These guys got a decent amount of chemistry for two guys who never worked together before. Up, Cody out to the outside. Who's coming? Edge? Here comes Edge. Yeah, he's coming down. All right, so there's Edge. There's the first part of my prediction coming true. Now, the second part is that Beth Phoenix is also there, and she will also jump Rhea Ripley. But I could be wrong about the Beth thing. If we see Rhea, wherever Rhea is, if she's by herself, if she's back at the end of that entranceway, or she's standing there, or she's got nothing going on, I don't see her in front. Oh, there's Ripley. Oh, there she is. She's going after Edge. She attacks Edge. Here comes Beth. I can hear the fans already. Here she comes. There's Beth, as predicted. And that's going to be your Elimination Chamber match. Beth Phoenix versus Rhea Ripley. And Cody's coming after. Nope. Balor coup de Gracie. We got 2 minutes left. I feel like whatever Balor's going to do, Cody's going to counter it and hit him with the crossroads. Nope. Oh, now he's going to the top. Oh, shit. How you going to get out of this, Cody? You don't want to take a loss, do you? Here comes Edge. Oh, no. Get down. Oh, Edge didn't interfere. That's going to be enough for Cody to move. Capitalize. Crossroads for the win. There it is. Ball game. Oh, hit him with a second one. Why not? One more. You want to do 3? Okay, 3. Oh, Cody is jacked. Or Cody is... There you go. That's it. Cody, very, very jacked. Great finish there with the 3 crossroads. Very intense is the word my brain could not spit out a minute ago. And there's Beth. Beth with the spear. She get her hair done twice. She went through all that hair and makeup on Saturday just to come out there and run out there for 5 seconds. Same thing here. And Cody wins. Hey, I thought this Raw was pretty good. We got a lot of stuff answered. We got a Cody and Balor match, one we've never gotten before. We got Seth Rollins and Chad Gable, another match I can't recall seeing too many times. We've got a lot of interesting setups for the Elimination Chamber. Rhea Ripley challenges Charlotte for the SmackDown title at WrestleMania. Deep inside a steel cage, says Corey Graves. Next week, we get Bayley and Becky announced as well. So I thought tonight was pretty good Raw. I'm glad we watched this one together. This was not a boring show. This was not one that felt phoned in. We had qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber. We had a big story in Rhea Ripley challenging Charlotte for the title at WrestleMania. That's going to be huge. And we kind of understand now where WWE's going in some of their directions with the Elimination Chamber. 2 Elimination Chambers now being set up on the Raw side, with Austin Theory defending his U.S. title in one chamber and the other chamber match to determine who Bianca Belair's challenger will be at WrestleMania, since Rhea Ripley has challenged Charlotte. The only question now is, does that mean SmackDown has no representation in the Elimination Chamber matches at all, or are they going to do a 3rd chamber match and SmackDown's going to book one for Gunther's IC title? And then we'll also get Sami Zayn against Roman Reigns, and that will be the big SmackDown half of the show. I don't know how it's going to go. You guys are giving it a solid show, 8 out of 10. I would agree, 8 out of 10. Very little on the show that I was bored with. Maybe the Michin and Candice LeRae match a little bit didn't do a whole lot for me. Or Candice LeRae, who the hell did we, what was the match? No, Michin was with Candice. Whoever the hell Candice fought, I forgot already. And we did not get, unless I missed it, there was no Bianca Belair tonight on the show, right? Hopefully everything's okay with her. Also, both Street Profits were put in the 2 final qualifying matches next week on Raw for the Elimination Chamber. Montez will be taking on Elias. I have a big prediction there. What's going to happen there? Because Elias and Rick Boogs, who returned tonight, were both backstage with the Profits. Elias threw a little shade at Rick Boogs. So I think next week when it's Montez against Elias, Boogs is going to get involved. Montez will win and advance to the chamber. And then Elias and Boogs will embroil themselves in a feud before eventually teaming up and forming a tag team. That's where I think they're going there. Dawkins, on the other hand, has to face Damian Priest next week, and I don't see Dawkins getting in. I think Priest will get in, and I think Montez will go it alone in the chamber, and it will be WWE's way of getting a look at him from a singles perspective. And Montez is certain to do some sort of a spot off the pod, or he'll climb up to the top and leap off, or do some crazy, insane shit from the top of the chamber. I feel like that's very likely. And I think maybe Theory should retain in that and go on to WrestleMania to face John Cena as the U.S. champion. I think Theory and Gunther both, if they do chamber matches for both, I think both of them should successfully retain. Sean Ross Sapp tweeted out earlier today that if Gunther were to beat Honky Tonk Man's Intercontinental title record, he would have to hold the IC title until sometime around this summer. So I love that idea. If anybody's going to break that record finally after all of these years, I can't think of a better person than Gunther to do it. However, I also like the idea of Sheamus getting the big moment at WrestleMania, beating Gunther and winning the Intercontinental title. That would be awesome as well. But if they want Gunther to break Honky's record, then this is their best chance to do it. If not, maybe Sheamus wins the title and Sheamus does it. Maybe Sheamus holds the title until next year's Money in the Bank and he holds it 16 months or whatever and break Honky Tonk Man's record that way. But I think Gunther has a chance to do it and they should at least consider it. So not really sure yet what they're going to do on SmackDown, but we will find out this Friday when no doubt Roman will have some sort of possibly confrontation with Sami Zayn, or they set that match up. We'll find out Friday. But tonight was really good. For a post-pay-per-view Raw, WWE has had worse. We've had a lot of these in recent years that have just been really bad, or recent pay-per-views when the go-home show or the post-pay-per-view show are a real letdown or underwhelming. This really was not. I think we got a lot out of the show tonight, and I think it was fun. So that should do it for tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you have not hit that thumbs up button, I would really appreciate you guys doing that on your way out. I don't think I missed any other super chats or anything like that, so I think we are good. And yeah, that will be it. Tomorrow, probably no content coming to the channel unless I throw a short up, which is possible. And we will be back on Wednesday to watch a pretty stacked Dynamite. I think that one's going to be headlined by Samoa Joe and Darby Allin again for the TNT title. So, and Moxley and Hangman Page. So Dynamite looks like a big show on Wednesday, and we'll be here to watch that together. So thanks again for being here. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your Monday, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Have a good one. Peace.